Hello and welcome to Jamie's Motion Graphics. Today we're having kind of a special one. We are going to animate a sentence, namely, today I started my day with a cup of coffee, picked up my pen and wrote in my notebook about how I wanted to have a vacation in Paris. The key words from that sentence are going to be transformed into one animation and it looks something like this. All of this has been made in After Effects and all of this has been made from scratch. I will show you step by step how you can make it yourself. Keep in mind this is a very long tutorial, but it results in a pretty cool transformational animation. So yeah, definitely worth it. Okay, here we are in After Effects. We're going to start by importing all of the files that we want to use as templates for our drawings. I just downloaded a bunch of photos that I thought were good representations of what I wanted to make, and you can see I have you can see in the top left that I have different pictures of everything that I want to edit. So first of all, we're going to make a new composition. It's not actually necessary most of the time because there is a composition open. We're going to call it to composition, a new composition. It's currently called comp 1, which is fine by me. It's 1280 by 720 pixels, which is not the biggest I can make on my, or not the size of my monitor, but it's big enough for me. 25 frames per second seems fine, and then currently it's 14 seconds long. We're going to make that a little bit longer just so we have some room to maneuver. So we're going to make it 1 minute. We're not going to use up the entire minute, keep that in mind. So then we're here. We have this nice black thing, and how to start now? Well, we're going to start by dropping in our first, so drag and drop our first photograph, and you can see it's not really the right size. So you can just select the edges and make it the right size. If you're worried about, well, distorting it, you can also just use the type in, which is if you click on your layer, you hit S for scale, and you can see that it's currently 50.3% by 46%. Let's say that we wanted to make it 50% on both of them. We just select one of them and then the other. Oh, let's not lock them, because obviously if you will lock them, then it will keep the resolution, the well, amount of pixels in both equal when it scales, and well, we don't really care about that too much normally, but in this case, because I wanted to, I can. So yeah, this is our first picture. I want to move it a little bit down because no, that's not how you move it down, but this is how you move it down. Just select anything except for the, for the little corner point and you should be fine. So yeah, it doesn't have to fit the entire screen. If I wanted to make it a little bit smaller, that would be fine too. I want the sun in there because I'm going to animate the sun. So first of all, we're going to go to Layer and make a new solid. I like using solids because, well, it's the way you are most flexible. You can also make shape layers if you want to. So it's the same size as my composition. That's automatic, so that's awesome. If it's not, you can click Make Comp Size to make it, well, equal to your comp. I'm going to make this the color of the sky. As you might have noticed, I picked up this one, the eyedropper, and just click the sky. Okay, seems okay. I'm hitting OK, and then we have the sky. To make it a little bit easier for myself, I'm going to put some transparency in there. It's the T, it says opacity, but it's transparency, or it's the T for transparency. And I'm just going to set it to, let's say, 40%, around 40%. I'm going to put it back eventually, but for now, this is my sky, and it's blue. So I'm going to turn it off because I don't really need it. And we're going to make the sun now. We're going to make the sun in the same way. We're going to put a new solid in there. make it a different color. I don't want to have a white sun, I want to have a yellow sun. So let's make a yellow sun, a little bit lighter, something like that. That seems about right. If you don't have the right color selected, but you do have the layer and you already added it, and yeah, so you don't want to change too much about it, just go to your effects and presets and type in color and then change. Oh, let's just do change. Apparently it doesn't understand it otherwise. So you can do change color or change to color, and you can just drop that. Oh, let's take change to color and just drop that on the layer you want to affect. Then you can select the first one, which is the first color, and then you can make it the color that you want it to be. And once you, so I'll show you, once you hit OK, it's not the same color. Just take this one, it currently says hue, but you want hue, lightness and saturation, and then it becomes exactly the color that you want it to. And that's basically how you do that. So I'm going to delete the change to color by selecting it by name, hitting the delete, and we're done again. So for now, we're going to set this transparency to lower as well, because obviously we can't see what we're doing here. Then we're going to add a mask. So you can add masks in different ways. The easiest way is to use the pen tool, but you can also right click this, then go to mask, new mask, then it will become this mask, so the entire layer. You can also go to layer, mask, new mask, and that does exactly the same thing, of course, but we are going to use this one. Not that it actually matters, but I'm going to have a little bit of an easier time getting the right size. So yeah, we now have a mask, but it only consists of 4 points and it is kind of looking terrible. So we're going to go to masks on the layer that we selected, masks, mask 1, and then mask path. We're going to choose shape here and reset it to ellipse. We can also make it into the actual size that we want. So apparently we want about 80, 70 to 80. So I want it to be perfectly round, so I'm going to make it from 40 to, let's say, 120. So that's 80, which means that this one is going from 830 to 910. And yeah, there you go. Exactly. Nice, round, and well, exactly the way we wanted it. Zooming in, by the way, is done with the mouse wheel, up and down, and dragging with the hand tool is done by clicking your mouse wheel, and then you can just select whatever you want. So we're going to place it in the right spot by taking this and just dragging it around. So yeah, if you want to have these little things come out as well, you can make a new mask for that and just make it happen. So you select your layer once again. You're going to select the pen tool, and then we're just going to draw in these things. So the rays, basically. Make sure that all of the points are inside your sun and not right on the edge, because that looks terrible. But for now, it's just easy to just make a sun nice and yellow. It's going to be exactly the same color, so if you change the color on the layer, because, well, you want to have a red sun or a blue sun or just a different color sun, whatever, you can just change one color, and then it will transfer that over to all the masks, of course, because, well, it's a layer property. So anyhow, we should be done soon with drawing these thingies. Yeah, you can make them however you want. I like them a little irregular, so not all of the same size. It becomes too much of a children's drawing otherwise. And now I have to find the spot again. It's really hard because it's yellow on yellow. And yeah, that's not really what we want, obviously. Is this my... This is my end spot. Apparently I made 2 masks now. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the masks are currently there, and they actually look see-through. Let's set the opacity, so T, back to 100, so we can actually see what we're doing. Apparently my my layer ends here, which is kind of strange, but it means that I moved it. So we're going to hit position here, And we can see that indeed I moved it because it's supposed to be 640 by 360. So I moved the layer, but I can easily put it back. So that's position P. It's a very important quality, of course, to have. So let's turn off the pen tool because we don't want another mask. So this is what it looks like. You can actually make the masks like see-through if you want to. You can feather them if you want it to be less of a sharp edge. But for now, this looks fine. It's our sun, and to me it looks fine. I can combine these masks in some way. I will find out how to do that and then tell you later. But for now I don't really remember. So anyway, our sun is done. We're going to turn it off and we're going to go to the clouds. Let's make some clouds. You can make your own clouds, of course. I'm just going to make these, the ones that are already there. Another solid. This time we want it to be white. And so you can select the color if you want. You can also eyedropper it. And we're going to use that in our composition. There you go. Make it transparent once again. T for opacity. Turn it down to like, I don't know, 40%. And now we can draw some clouds. So what you would normally do is, or what I've just shown you, is that this is the way to make a mask. So you just click. But that looks terrible. Like it's a square cloud now. So instead, we're going to remove this mask. And we're going to hold the button when we click, and you can see that then you get a few handles on it. And with the handles, you can make nice round shapes. So you don't need a whole bunch of points, you just need a few. Oh, that was me derping up. And there you go. Now we have an actual cloud shape. Well, it's not an actual cloud shape, but we can have multiples. So we can just make our own clouds the way we want that. And yeah, you can adjust the handles later if you're not satisfied with the result. And you can just make your own little happy clouds, as Bob Ross liked to call them. So let's see what we made. We can go to masks, and first of all we're going to put up the transparency or the opacity to 100. So our first mask, if we delete that, then only the second mask is left. Control Z will bring it back, and then the other one looks like this. So both of them look pretty terrible. So let's make an actual good cloud for once. But I just wanted to show you that it's very easy to make these round shapes. I'm going to make my own clouds. I just decided, I don't really care. So we're going to make a little bit of a like curvy form here in the air. How you need to position these handles all depends on what you want shape-wise. So we're going to make it like this. I think that's a cute cloud. Let's make another one and make it a little bit bigger this time. A little bit more of a shape in it. So that's my second cloud. And maybe one more over here, a little small one. Okay, so that would be my third one. And you might have noticed I actually, oh, here we are. I actually put this one to a rather stupid angle. So I'm going to take the little selection tool thingy and just adjust it for what I want it to do. You can adjust everything, just select a point that you want to adjust and then adjust it. And you can of course make, well, really weird shapes. I for now just want it to be, well, not too weird. There's a point over here. It's really hard to tell where the points are because it's yellow on white, and that doesn't really make it easier. If you want to have a good thing, just turn off your original photograph and you can see the shapes no problem. So yes, just selecting this and then making it into something else. You can also adjust this, of course, and adjust this, and just yeah, maybe like this. Put this a little bit lower. Yeah, okay, that's our cloud. So let's turn back our let's turn our photo back photo on again, and yeah, now we have with the if we turn it off again, I don't know what I want. So this is what we have so far. It looks okay. You can make it better if you want to. Uh, I'm going to turn off the clouds now. You can of course make more clouds or better clouds or whatever. I'm just showing you how it's done. Next one then. What do we want? We want some forest, at least grass. We're going to put the grass first. So let's make grass. Let's turn off all of these just to make it a little bit nicer. We're going to add a new layer, new solid. So as I said, I like to work with solids. You can also do it with shape layers. It really doesn't make a difference how you do it, as long as you do it. Once again, we're going to set the opacity to less than 100 because, well, we want to see what we're doing. Then, yeah, let's use this one for once. Mask, new mask. And you can see you have 4 points. You can use the selection tool once again to select the top ones and just drag it down until you're in the trees somewhere. The problem is with this type of mask, or this way of mask work, that you can't really position it perfectly here. So here it will overlap the boundary a little bit, which means that here it will actually leave some pixels, well, non-colored. So now we have to select this and drag it out. So I'm only using that point now. The easier way to do it would be with the pen tool. You can of course take these bottom 2 points and just drag them out and just make the mask way bigger than your picture so you can actually see what's going on. Now I'm sure that everything that I wanted to color is actually colored. So what I want to do now, because this is fine, I want to now make the trees. So let's make some trees. We're going to just add a new layer, new solid. We're going to make it dark green. I'm just going to select it here. I want a little more cutesy color. There you go. Yeah, just hit OK. Once again, we're going to set the opacity to less than 100. It's really just very repetitive, I know that, but it does work like this. And we can either make a whole line of trees instantly, or we can make little trees and do it that way. I'm just for now going to make a bunch of trees at the same time because, well, why not? So I'm not exactly using the ones that I have here on the picture. I just want it to look like it's an actual line of trees and not like it's something that I just, well, copy pasted. So it has to have a little bit of variation in it. So that was not what I wanted to do. So we're going to hit Ctrl Z there to undo what we started, or our last mistake rather, and just have some control over what we're doing. I like to just delete my mistake straight away instead of making it into a whole, well, painful way of correcting it. So it's better to just immediately notice that, oh, I made a mistake, and just immediately delete it. I'm going to use this shape. I don't know what it is, but I like it. So for the bottom part, I'm going to click once outside so that I'm sure that everything is covered that I wanted to cover. For the bottom side, it seems to be a straight line because, well, all of the trees are kind of in the same spot because there's probably some kind of hill or something involved. I'm going to make it a little more interesting. It doesn't have to be super interesting, but yeah, the little bit of extra will help you sell the animation a little bit more, just because it's not just a line going there. So yeah, that's about enough. Then I'm going to click outside here as well and connect it to my original point, and there you go, we have a tree line. So let's see the tree line without the thing. You can see the grass, you can see the tree line. if we set the opacity back to 100, you can see what the tree line looks like. You can also select 2 layers at the same time, hit T, and then put both of them to 100. And there's my tree line. I think it looks cute, and you can see that the little variation in the bottom makes it a little more organic, a little more like you would see it in nature. I'm going to turn it back a little bit. I don't know why. I don't have to. And then, yeah, turn it off. Turn on the photo again. So we're basically done with this photograph, which means that this would be our first animation. And now we're going to turn that into the second animation, or the second thingy. I don't know where my photos have gone. Oh, there they are. My project. I'm going to drop in my cup of coffee above everything else because we want it to cover the rest. You can once again scale it if you want. Yeah, no, I'm going to scale it. Scaling is S. Once again, you can just drag and do whatever. And I'm going to position it right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these same layers. Oh yeah, I should drop it underneath it. We're going to take these same layers and then move them into this cup of coffee, which seems really crazy, but that's the way it works. So now we have a blue layer for the background, and we want to turn that into a white layer. But we want to do that at a certain amount of seconds. First of all, I'm going to put this to a little less so we can actually see what we're doing. So the top bar actually says what's displayed here. That's why you drag this. Then this one, the current time indicator, just says where you are editing. So currently we have all of these layers that we just made, and we're going to set the masks. So we're going to hit M, and you can see that all of the masks pop up on all of the layers. Then we're going to set all of these stopwatches to, we selected 0 seconds here, by the way. We're going to set all the stopwatches to be where we want them to be. And we're going to just make sure that all of these things are, so all of these paths are frozen in time for second number 0. Then we want to keep this animation, or this picture, so the original picture that I had, for let's say 2 seconds. I want to create more keyframes. We can also copy paste the keyframes, and it will automatically show up on the right spot. The problem is you can only do that one at a time. It doesn't understand it if you copy multiple layers. For now, it's not too much of a problem because, well, it's not a really big deal. So I want this transformation to happen in 3 seconds, let's say. And we want it to turn into a cup of coffee. So first of all, we're going to select all these layers. You don't have to, but I like to keep it a little bit cleaner than I have currently done. So the cup of coffee, we're going to put that, yeah, I guess here would be good enough. I don't know why it's not showing up though. Did I do something with it? Oh, okay, that's why. So I apparently double-clicked something. If you double-click something, it opens the layer, or rather, if you double-click a layer, it opens it up on its own, and we don't want that. So we can now select what we want to do with which thing. So first of all, we're going to keep the background, but make it a different color. As I said before, we can just do the change to color. I'm going to drop it on the blue, and then the blue will be turned into white. I don't know why my position is off again. It seems to be off. Oh no, that's just a layer. Oh, the photograph. That's, yeah, whatever. Our cup of coffee then. We're going to want a white background, so we're going to change the original color to white. So set the transparency to 0, or the opacity to 100. And we're going to change this into the white. Oh, we already had white, of course. As I said, hue, lightning, saturation. There we go, white background. And what we want to do is we want to animate this 2 button because we want to have the 2 change color. We want it to change color from here to the other one. So let's select this one for the first point, because I should have done that first. You can see here how it changes color. But what you want to do is you want to set the first animation, because I set all of these mask paths, but because we also have to change our color now, we want to set all the colors as well set at 2 seconds, because that's when our animation starts, our transformation I should say. And so that's where all of these colors should be set. We're going to change it at 5 seconds to white, and that means that for now it's going to change like this. Ta-da! And then at 7 seconds, because we want this animation to stay at at its position for that amount of time, we're going to set it as well. So 1 at 5, 1 at 7. We're going to do that for every one, but first let's change the opacity once again. T. And we want to turn that. Oh, this was just the background. Never mind. We don't have to edit the mask on the background because there is no mask. Okay, so next up is our yellow layer here. We're going to turn it on, and we can see that it's currently yellow. It has no ability to change color yet, so we're going to add that by adding a change to color to the layer. Just drag and drop it on there, and we're going to do the 2 first. And then we're going to do the from exactly the same. So at 2 seconds, where we are currently in our thingy, we want to have the change to color frozen. So we're going to add a keyframe for the 2. And by the way, just hit U if you want to get all of the keyframes there. So yeah, then until 5 seconds, we're going to see a change, and we're going to change it to, I don't know, let's make it green, something like that. So yeah, you don't have to create a new thingy, a new keyframe. It will do that automatically. Set this, of course, to hue, lightness, and saturation. It's a little bit too dark. I want it to be a little bit lighter, and it's going to be our coffee cup. Part of it at least. So we have several parts here, and we have several masks here, so we can edit those. So the masks are already set to 2 seconds freeze, so at 5 seconds they they should be able to morph into whatever. The first mask, it's really hard to see. I can actually change the mask color to something else so that it's easier to see. Should have done that a little bit earlier. You can see that this one's the blue one. Then we have a red one, and then we have, let's say, a green one. Okay, so you can see a little bit of what's going on, at least a little bit better. The blue mask is really just a round shape, which is not very useful, to be honest. So we're going to have to kind of throw that in the middle of everything, I guess, and just let it overlap the others. We're going to make part of the coffee cup with one thing, and then the other part with the other. We can also make this into a subtract mask. No, you can't edit those. Never mind. Never mind. We're going to make this one into the coffee cup. So the red one, let's select the mask path, and let's just drag it over here, and then start editing one vertex after the other. So those are the little points that you can see. That was crappy. Control Z until we have our original thing back. Yeah, it's really hard to select these one by one, but it can be done. And we're going to just select all of the parts. Yeah, it will look better in a moment. Don't worry, don't worry. So we're going to select them one by one. You can easily see when you've selected the wrong thing, because then it will look super weird. I'll select the wrong one once. And you can see immediately that you lost a few, because it will look like this, and yeah, that's terrible. So this one then, Yeah, I have too many points here because I needed a lot of points for my son, but I don't need a lot of points for this thingy. So we're just going to add in a few points, and let's do this one. We're going to use a few points in, well, in the bottom part where we don't really need that many points. And, well, you might have noticed that it kind of looks terrible. Well, it doesn't look like a coffee cup. Come on, stop selecting that. There you go. So, yeah, the unselection is really a pain in the ass. We're going to use the pen tool now. And the pen tool, oh sorry, that's not the right one. We're going to use the convex vertex tool. We're going to convert them into these things. And we pretty much have to do every one of them. We don't have to, I guess. But no. Let's just do the top two. It should be good enough. So now we get our selection tool once again, and we have handles now. The handles are going to allow us to make this nice round shape without having to click anymore. You can also just pick up the middle part and just do it like that. That's cool too. Want it to be a little bit better. So, like, I don't know. At least it looks somewhat like a cup now. So yeah, if you aren't really satisfied with how it looks, then just adjust it until you are. You can make all of these things into what is happening, guys? Why are you annoying me? There's really no reason for that. Yeah, you can just select them one by one. I don't know what this is, but it's really just annoying me. You can make this into the cup, and then we're going to make this one into the handle. As I said, there are a lot of points on this one, and we're going to have to edit them really one by one by one. And since you can't trade colors in this one, yeah, it's just going to have to be a whole bunch of points in the middle of the cup. But for now, we can use them. You can make them here. See, I selected the wrong one. You can immediately see it. Let's set the transparency to something else than what it is now, so I can actually see the cup. And then we're going to go back to the masks, mask number 3, because it's the green one. Select the mask path, and you should have the ability to select them. Yeah, that's also the wrong one. It's kind of hard to see. I'm working on a really small, well, area of the screen. Could of course zoom in, but yeah, it's too pro for me, man. So yeah, we're done with the outer rim. Now let's do the inner part of the cup, and you can see that if you do it like this, then you will have a green, or yeah, you will have a gap basically. Exactly where you want the mask, there's not going to be a mask. So we're going to have to invert the mask at some point. But for now, let's just do it the other way around. Let's just... No, come on. Stop annoying me. It's because I selected the entire mask path. And I'm trying to select just a 1. I think I needed to do it like this. It really doesn't want to cooperate today. Let's zoom in a little bit. I have everything selected, it seems. Here, you can select one by just... normally by just dragging over it, but it really doesn't want to cooperate. Just give me that one. Just that 1 point. It's too difficult, apparently. Anyhow. Yeah, we're just going to have to deal with it, and as I said, I'm going to reverse the mask here. Now I can select loose points again. It's fine. So this is going to be now the inner part of the ear. I should have checked that first, which part I needed to get. No, that's the wrong one. This one. Nope. Just this one. So yeah, put one of them at least well inside of the cup so you can know for sure that you have the well, that you have all the pixels. It looks really terrible if there's like a little white line in between it. So yeah, don't let that be yours. So I have plenty of points, so I can actually make this as detailed as I want to. Because I need to use those points anyway, because they need to go somewhere. And then, yeah, let's drag in some new points. I'm putting 2 inside of the cup, so I know for sure that I get the nice angles on this. Because this angle is supposed to be, well, 90 degrees or thereabouts, well, about horizontal. This one shouldn't be. So normally I would have to put that point over here somewhere so that I get both angles right, but because I have plenty of points, it doesn't really matter. And the number of points can be varied over time in a mask, but it's really hard to do. So we're not going to do that. So it seems that I'm still stuck with a mask that doesn't color in correctly until now. Oh, not the right point. As I said, it's pretty easy to spot. And of course, you don't have to make it this complicated. If you're just happy with a round sun, then it should be good enough. I think I'm this one, yeah. So if you're happy with just a round sun, then yeah, you wouldn't have to do all of this this work here. But you would have to make a new mask. So the last points, don't all drag and drop them in the same spot that they were. So don't just select all of them at the same time and then drop them in. What you want to do is to make an interesting animation, not so much the drawing. Of course, for the drawing, it doesn't matter where you drop them. But yeah, now it looks like this. I think that looks okay-ish. This one, yeah, it's still a circle. We can't use it for anything else than just the cup because it has the color of the cup, and we're going to use it over here. I just realized that I can actually do this because, well, it shouldn't be too hard to do actually. Yeah, you all you need to do is just drag this one down a little bit and drag this one down a little bit and then make this one fit the edges. Actually, it doesn't have to fit the edges at all, I just realized, because the coffee can just be on top of the cup. So yeah, whatever, like that. We can just do it like that. And obviously we want to make a little bit more of an effort to make a round cup here. Yeah, okay. So the next layer is going to be our white solid, that is our clouds, and it is going to transform into a new color. So let's make that happen. First of all, we drop the change to color on top of the white solid. There you go. And then we're going to transform from white to, oh, hang on. Before we do that, go to 2 seconds. We hit the 2 button, and then we're going to make it into coffee color, which is something you can pick up here. And yeah, that's a little bit too red for me. I want it to be a little more brownish. Brown is normally under the yellows and oranges, so you can find it for yourself. So yeah, let's make this into the little thingy there. Yeah, we have plenty of things left. So all of them are going to be coffee, which is going to be terrible. Oh, yeah, I did that wrong. I need to go to 5 seconds first, then change the color to brown. Because otherwise I'm stuck with the same problem, that I changed my color at 2 seconds, and that's exactly what I don't want. I don't know what color I had. Anyway, it's we can always change it later. It's all good. So let's put up the opacity a little bit so we can actually see what we're doing, and turn on the thingy, the layer. So yeah, for most of these parts you don't even have to turn on the layer, but well, we want to see what we're doing, and currently it should be set to, hang on, hitting U, it should be set to brown, but apparently it didn't take, so I don't know why it didn't take. Oh, because of this, I bet. Yes. So I didn't set it to U lightness and saturation, and therefore it will not do it properly. Well, if you don't do it properly, how is he supposed to know what he's supposed to do? He doesn't understand you. Not like I do. Anyhow, we're going to have to draw in this coffee exactly the way it is, because if we don't, it's going to show up. And so we made the coffee cup basically only the edges. The rest doesn't matter because the coffee is drawn on top of that, and we want to make sure that what we draw on top is actually perfect, because that's what's going to show. There's nothing going to overlap this anymore, and therefore it needs to be very nice. By the way, this can be done a lot better than in After Effects, a lot easier as well. But yeah, we're doing After Effects, and I'm just showing you how it's done. So currently this is my cup of coffee. I don't know if you agree that it looks okay, but that is fine if you don't agree. Transparency. Let's see where the actual coffee was. Yeah, it's about right. It doesn't look great, but it looks about right. So let's turn the other masks then, hitting M for masks, and let's turn them into coffee as well. Yeah, just one by one I'm dropping them in. They're all going to be inside of the other mask, just to make sure that well, we don't have any edges like we would have here now. Yeah, we want the entire mask to be inside the other mask, because it tends to look weird if you want to create multiple masks into one shape, especially if it's a round shape or just about like a smooth shape, whatever. So yeah, I'm just going to put all of these in there and be done with that. So all we need to do at this point, outside of this layer of course, because we're still working on that, but all we need to do is just draw the little saucer on the bottom part, and once we've done that, we're done with our cup of coffee. So we still have 2 layers though. So what are we going to do with the other one? Well, first of all, we have 2. This is what was it in the original one? It's the grass, so it only has 4 things, which we can use to make the saucer, I guess. It's kind of a long shot. Well, not a long shot. It's kind of a more difficult task. But we can also just use this one, which has a lot of points. But a lot of points means a lot of work. So it's kind of a combination, or rather a matter of what do we want with it, and do we really want to move all of these points, or are we just going to say, yeah, screw these points, they will be useful at some point, but for now we're just going to leave them out. Because we can actually just say we fade them out. That's our animation, like we fade out these. But yeah, for now let's do that. So we're going to use the 4 points to be our saucer, and the other ones to, yeah, be nothing at all. So I'm going to put 1 point on each of these, well, I want to say corners, but they're not actually corners, I guess. I can also just leave the cup of coffee as it is. It actually looks kind of cool without a saucer. Anyway, let's see how this turns out. We're going to edit the shape and you know, just edit shapes. That's the wrong one. I just realized I'm in the wrong layer. I want to be in this one, and then click on the shape, turn it to an ellipse, reset it to an ellipse. There you go. And then we can adjust the ellipse to actually fit where we want it to fit. It is kind of hard to see, but well, we can do it. That seems about right. Of course, we don't have the under part here, but let's see how it looks if we remove the photograph. It would look something like this. Yeah, that kind of looks terrible. The problem is we can't switch out the layers at this point, because in the original one this was the grass, and well, it would switch out the grass with something else. Of course, the grass is one of the bottom layers, so we can in this case do it. So we can in this case do it, but that's just because of the setup of my particular picture. Normally here, if I switch these, so I want to switch it below the green one, which is the original white one. So now the green is on top of the yellowish one. And yeah, it would actually work out, because if I now put everything back to like full opacity, it would look like this. Oh, that's not 100% on everyone. There you go. 100%. It would look like this. It's not great, but it's at least getting there. You can, of course, make all of these corners that I made, you can make them go away by making them all very smooth. I'm not going to do that because it is, yeah, it's a lot of work. I am going to make this saucer better though, because this looks terrible. Let's just make this one disappear. So I'm going to use the layer with all of the points. So it's going to be behind our cup now, so we don't have to worry about it. And we're going to go to our last one, the one with the 1,000,000 points, and we're going to have to edit that. So first of all, make sure you check whether you set the 2-second one. And then I'm still at 5 seconds, so we're just going to take all of these points and make them into what we want it to be. So this one cannot be moved backwards, because in the original picture, so in the day picture, this is actually the trees, and trees need to be in front of the grass and in front of the sky, not in front of the clouds and the sun, because they don't overlap. So we can move it down a little bit, but I don't think that actually matters. Oh, it matters. This is the cup, right? Yes, that is the cup. So we can actually move it underneath the cup, which used to be the sun. And that means that now we don't have to worry. We can just hide all of these points underneath the cup and just, well, draw the saucer with the rest. Let's turn on the cup of coffee, yeah, and turn off all the other layers, except for this one. So as I said, we can hide most of them underneath here. So we're going to start by doing that, and then the last few, they are going to make us a nice saucer. I don't know if it will turn out the way I hope it will, but we'll see that soon enough. This is going to be so hard to unravel this later on, but yeah, that's fine. So let's first of all make one of the points into that. Apparently I forgot one. That's fine. So this one is going to be our first saucer point. And it's going to go to over here. And this is where it would come in handy if I picked another picture, because it's very hard to see the difference between the white and the white and the other white. Like there are so many like whites, the background is white, the cup is white, the saucer is white. It's very hard to distinguish between them. But yeah, we're going to just put this over here. Transparency would be nice. Let's set it to transparency. A little bit at least, so that I can actually see what I'm doing. So yeah, this is going to be that. That last point that I placed, by the way, is not one with handles. You can change it to one. Oh, what just happened? Oh, I selected that. Yeah. I selected the line instead of the point, which means that it's going to adjust the line and not the point. Seems logical, but yeah, it can be kind of quite a pain sometimes. So if you want to change that, I already demoed it, but convert vertex tool, just click it once, and then you will have this, and you can, yeah, so this one's supposed to be one as well. And you can just edit it from there. It will make a little bit of a smoother line that way. So let's get this one going. And yeah, just make something nice out of it. I forgot a point apparently. Well, didn't forget it, it's just reversed. Okay. That's cool too. And I can, as I said, edit the line as well. It's a little bit harder to do, especially if it's way off, but it can result in much better, well, results. Wow, terrible sentence. Yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes. So yeah, let's just edit this real quick. I don't think this is going to turn out really well, not as well as I'd hoped. I'm going to have to turn on a different color. This yellow is driving me nuts. Let's make it dark purple, because this is a lot easier to spot on the whites. And let's get this one, put it over here somewhere. I don't want this. Don't even know what it is. Apparently it's for something to move the entire layer, or at least change it in some way. But yeah, it's a lot of work. But yeah, most good animations are a lot of work, and most of you will know that. So, going to try to match the edges here, and then once we're done with the last one, because I think I can actually manage to do this with one point. There you go. So all of the other ones are just going to be hidden behind the cup once again. Yeah, don't just drop them in one spot. Make it a little bit interesting, because all of these points are going to move once your animation starts. I will show that in a moment. And it will look cool. So you want it to look cool, of course, and that's what we're going for. Okay, yeah, not nearly done, because this layer really has a million points. Just, oh, so many points. Why did I have to draw so many points? It looks so nice. Anyway, we're going to solve that in a moment, because there are other techniques that I can use, and I'm going to show you one of them, because this is ridiculous. So we have our next animation almost done, and then we have our first real transformation from the one to the other. So this should be good. let's turn on all the layers once again and turn off the photograph. Well, it will turn off automatically, I guess, because everything else is drawn over it. We're going to go to the transparency and just up everyone to 100. So this is what my cup looks like. It's not great. I picked a cup which is not a good plan to begin with, but yeah, and this is what my animation looks like. And you can see that the transformation actually looks really cool. Like there's a lot happening at the same time. All of the clouds come together, the brushes come together, the grass and the trees kind of merge. It looks cool. The only thing that I find a problem is this little gap, and I would normally correct that. You can of course correct that quite easily if you can find the layer that actually has that. I think that's this one, right? Oh, I'm turning them all. Never mind. So I think, yeah, that's that one. So we can just select this point and drag it in, and this point and drag it in, and now you will see that, yeah, the little gap is gone. So it will stay in the grass until it's actually behind the cup. I think that looks a little bit better. Of course, it's all up to you. If you say like, no, I want something more interesting happening in my transformation, and that's fine too. So yeah, I would have been better off not getting a coffee cup, but getting one of those styrofoam cups. They're like way easier to draw. Also, this should have been all these rounded points that you make with the vertex tool, because it looks kind of edgy. I'm not going to change it because I have a lot to do still until this animation is done. But yeah, let's make our next picture, and instead of what we did previously, so our next picture is going to be the pen I apparently picked up to write in my journal, my notebook. Yeah, the pen is really big, so let's scale it. S for scale. Just drag it till you have what you want. Of course, you can also rotate it by hitting R and then just dragging that. So let's say we want something like this, maybe a little bit more scaling so that it actually fits a little bit better. Of course, you can drag it a little bit as well. And as you can see, this is a fairly easy shape. Assuming that we don't want to draw all of these details, it's a fairly easy shape. So why would we want all of these super complex ones? Well, we wouldn't want them. That's the plain answer. We're going to make new shapes, but before we do that, we want to go to 5 seconds, select all of these layers that we made, so all of the all of the layers that actually contain our animation, and just split them so that, well, we only keep the first one. I'm going to tell you to split them because I don't know where it is. So you split layer. It's Control-Shift-D. You have a lot of different techniques to do this, but this is the easiest to remember. Split will give you 2 layers, and now we're going to delete everything that's after 5 seconds, because after 5 seconds I don't want these layers to exist anymore. Well, except for this one. If you want them back, just drag them back out. The background layer, yeah, that's still a fine layer. It's just a color. So we're going to need a background anyway, so this one is going to still exist. We're going to change the background color. That's the first thing we're going to do. So yeah, your effects are here in Effects Controls, right next to what is supposed to be your project. Yeah, let's change it to another color. Yet again, since the stopwatch is already on, it's going to automatically change. Let's see, what's a nice color? Like a bluish? No, we already had a blue. Greenish. Some kind of dark green. I guess. Yeah, this is going to be our background for our pen. No, we're going to make it brown like it's lying on the table. It doesn't really matter why. It's just supposed to look nice. Okay, so we have our background and it will automatically change. As you can see, it will change with the animation. So the animation will automatically make it into black, into brown now, because apparently I was being stupid and I needed to go to, what's that, I think, yeah, so at 7 seconds it starts the next animations. My animations were 3 seconds, so I needed to go to 10 seconds first and then change the color to whatever I wanted. In this case, brown. So now that we have our first, oh yeah, these need to stay existent for until there. So yeah, just drag them out once again to 7 seconds, because obviously that's when the animation should stop. We want to have an animation of 3 seconds and then 2 seconds of the animated object just sitting there so you can actually see what it is. If you keep changing it, it will look weird. So after this, so after the 7 second mark, we're going to replace each one of these solids with a new one, but a less complex one. Except for the background, as I said, because the background was fine. So first of all, this one was, if it would actually allow me to see it, did I draw something on top? I don't know what I did to delete this layer now. It should still be there. I don't know what's happening. I'll find it out in a moment. Yeah, see? I found it out. It's actually, man, it's so stupid. It's the same thing every time. If you accidentally double click, like I do a lot apparently, then yeah, you get this problem that it opens a new layer. So in this case, I double clicked this blue layer and it just becomes a blue layer. But yeah, your project or your composition is over here. And we're going to change all of these, as I said, to something new. But it has to match up exactly. And that is where your skills come in. I'm going to first of all create a new solid. We're going to select a pen layer because that's where we are currently. Sorry, not effect, layer, new solid. And we want it to be exactly the same color as this. You can of course continue with where you were. And here once again, Ctrl-Shift-D on this layer. What's this? I don't know what that was. Anyway, Ctrl-Shift-D should have been edit split layer. And now we want to delete everything in front of the 7 seconds, because this is going to be our new layer starting at 7 seconds. So we're going to drag it forward a little bit so that we have both layers existing at the same time. We're going to put the transparency to less, or well, to more, I guess, or the opacity to less. And then we're going to draw a nice shape over here. So, no, I'm just going to use the pen tool. I'm not going to bother with anything else. Come on, pen tool. So, one over here, one over here, one over here, and one over here. And that should be good enough to allow us to draw this. So, let's do that. Let's use the convert vertex. Just change it to these nice draggable things. Then take the selection tool and actually change these things a little bit. So yeah, this should not be too hard to do. You want to keep this one as vertical as possible and these ones as horizontal as possible. I try to edit using the line, but yeah, that just it gets messy so often. Like sometimes it's like the easiest way to work, but most of the time it's just very, very hard. So looks pretty nice. So what are we going to do now when there's like a little bit of a problem when it comes in. Like at this point here, this one is virtually perfect. It's the same shape as the other one. But what are we going to do if it's not? Well, we can of course just fade it in or something like that. So we can, the easiest way to do this would be to, it has to be close for this to work, by the way. I'm going to go to 5 seconds, I'm going to drag out my layer, and I'm just going to set this one to have opacity of, let's say 0, and then animate the opacity. So over the next 2 seconds, because I'm going to go to 7, and here it's going to be 100. So over the 2 seconds, it will actually come in, so it doesn't exist up until this point, where the full image is formed, and then will slowly fade in. And you can see here on the right side that actually something is happening, because my original drawing didn't have these few pixels, and now it gets filled in. So yeah, it's a nice way to fake using the same layer over and over, because that's what we're actually doing. We're simplifying the layers because that first item was so complex that we really don't want that anymore. So the next layer then, so we duplicated the white solid, I believe. That's the one, right? Yeah, that's the coffee one. So we duplicated that and we made that into a new one. So let's make another layer, and we're now going to duplicate, I don't know, the second one, which is the ear. So that can be done a lot easier as well, right? I mean, it's not like it's a hard shape. It's two arcs that, yeah, it's not very hard. Anyhow, let's make a new one. So layer, new, solid. There you go. The solid color is going to be green, because, well, that's the color we chose. And yeah, of course, we want to once again go to transparency, blah, 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 which is hit T for those of you starting in late. Wow, I said that like 15 times already. So we're once again going to go to, well, let's go to, it doesn't matter, whatever. We'll change that later, where the layer exists and where it doesn't. Pen tool. We're going to set up this one first. This is going to be a normal point. Then this is going to be one of those dragged out points. This is going to be one of those dragged out points. We can switch it later. You don't even need, like I made 4 now, you need like 2. And I'm going to make one of them in the middle and then connect it to here. So by making this one in the middle, I instead of 2, I made it a little bit more difficult for myself, but I can handle that. So I need to position this correctly, so this becomes 90 degrees, and this still looks nice. But it's not too hard to do, and I definitely would recommend less points rather than more points, unless you really need them, like in that first picture, where we really needed a lot of points to sell, well, that we had trees, for example. So this is the first part, and I just realized I needed to do that differently. So let's Control Z until we have an open thing again, and then we can add more points to it. So yeah, we're going to now make this, and as I said, you don't even need this many points. I want to make it easy for myself, which is never a good reason to do things, but hey, whatever. So now we're going to adjust what we already adjusted previously, and we're going to just try to draw this line as close as possible to the original. And yeah, make this like a little more like this. I don't know. It should look pretty close in the end. Why is this not? Oh, it is a drag point. It's just very small handles. So the dragged out points, the one with the handles, actually give you these nice round shapes and kind of the easy ease keyframes do. Like, it becomes a lot smoother with them, and that's why you want those. Once again, we want to change the color of the mask because it's hard to see. Oh, well, that would change the thing, but I don't want that. Let's say dark blue this time. So this time I double clicked and actually noticed, so I can easily see that, or easily fix that. Yeah, let's change this a little bit. Then let's change this one a little bit. So I can actually fix the problem that I had previously, because as you might remember, I found this too edgy, and now I can actually fix that. So this is what it's supposed to look like, and now we're going to do the next layer. So second layer copied. Once again, I'm going to fade it in though. First of all, I'm going to delete the first part of this. I'm just going to hit edit split layer because for some reason the Ctrl-Shift-D didn't really do it for me. Delete the first part, hit the opacity or transparency as it can also be seen, and just at 7 seconds. This one is not at 7, by the way, it's at 6:24. But this one at 7 seconds, add it to 100. So we have 2 parts now, and we need our next one. This one's done. Oh, sorry, that's not the one. The white solid was that. The ear is, in fact, I can't even see it. It's this one. I'm assuming, at least. Let's see if it's, yeah, it's that one. Here you can see it disappear now. Come on. Oh, it's the entire cup. Okay, so the entire cup is one layer. It doesn't matter. You can make it into one layer again, or you can just fix it like this. So yeah, let's fade it in. And let's be done with this. Oh, I already did. I didn't fade it in. I need to hit the stopwatch, hit 0 here, then go to 7 seconds, and hit the 100. Okay, so that's just drag, by the way. You just click on it and you drag and you get this. So next part of this whole animation then, the cup. We can actually make the cup a little bit of a different color from the saucer like I did here to kind of make it stand out, otherwise it looks weird. We can also make the bottom part of the saucer a different part. So we're going to do that as well and at some point. For now, let's just make a new layer, new solid I mean. And we're going to replace the coffee cup, which has to be exactly the same color as our previous one. So that's this one. Once again, transparency to not that low, but yeah. Well, I can't really see what's going on, so I can just as well set it to 0. Then our pen tool. Let's draw some coffee cup. I need one over here, and one, I guess, over here if I wanted to make a more interesting shape, but I don't. Yeah, so one over here, and then one over here once again. So this is really the minimum I can do, but I just wanted to show it to you that it can actually be done. So once again, go to the selection tool, just drag out these handles until you're satisfied with the result. And once again, this will well, just go over the coffee. So there will be no coffee at this point because we still have to draw that. Oh no, I already drew that. I just turned it off. That's why. Okay, so try to keep these. Oh my god, why did they make these handles yellow? It's so annoying. Dark green. No, everything is dark green. Never mind. Bright, whatever. Cyan, I guess. So the top part should look something like this, and then the bottom part is going to be more of a difficult task. I need to move this out a little bit, otherwise I can't cover the entire thing. So yeah, you can make a little bit more of an interesting shape than just the one, yeah, the one edge. You can actually make it like this, and that's what it's shaped like. So it should look nice. So this one is going to be more of a tricky part, the bottom part, because I want to keep this vertical, because it should be vertical, or close to vertical at least. And yeah, I want to do that the same thing at the other side. Oh, that is not what I wanted. I want to do the same thing at the other side, so let's make the sides of the cup first. And as you can see, I'm quite a long way off from what I actually drew, so I need to correct that. Yeah, the bottom part doesn't look the way I want it, so I'm going to just add one more vertex, and just you can just do that with the pen tool, and just drag it down a little bit so it becomes a little more round. And you can see it actually looks more like a coffee cup now. So first of all, before I forget, I want to get rid of this huge, yeah, so it's this one, this huge error I drew here. So we're going to go to 5 seconds and make sure that this one is actually lining up with my new one. Yeah, I have to turn up the opacity because otherwise I can't see what I'm doing. I already forgot which one it was. This one. So we're going to drag this one in. Oh, selected everything again. Just this one. Only want one. So yeah, I'm going to set them on my new line. This one should be good. Yeah, just want to make sure. And now you can see that it's actually pretty close to the new one. The new one is of course drawn way better because it has less points, and therefore all of these smooth transitions are actually smooth. I want to see one more thing, because that is basically done. I want to see the mask on this one, because the ear has to fit into the cup, and I'm not sure if it does. So let's... Oh. That was my own fault. So now it does. So it has to fit in entirely, because it will look really weird if it doesn't. Like, it will have this little gap in between or something like that, and we really don't want that. Anyhow, the cup is done. So yeah, what we need to do, of course, is put the coffee on top of the cup to make sure that we can actually see it. I don't know where it is. Oh, it still has to come in at this point. So that's what my cup looks like at the moment. Yes, the transparency is a little bit off, because this one is 92 instead of 100. And there you see it. That's what I drew now. Not sure about the perspective here, but it looks kind of weird. Whatever. It's an animation. It's not a perfect drawing. It's all good. We're going to want to have this one, so the new one, come in as well. Once again, we're going to split the layer, delete the part that's in front of our 7-second mark, well, 5-second mark, I guess, and then hit the opacity, hit the stopwatch, set it to 0, go to 7 seconds. And by the way, page up and page down allow you to scroll through the keyframes one by one, and you can go to exactly 7 seconds in this case. And then the opacity is going to be 100%. So let's see what it looks like for now. So the coffee cup comes in. Oh, I turned off something here. The coffee cup comes in and it will smoothly transition to our new setup. And then, yeah, you can see that here it abruptly leaves the old one as, now I'm dragging the layer, which is not good. So it abruptly just dissolves the old one, and the only thing we really see change is there's a little bit here and there's a little bit here, and we can fix that by smoothing that out. We will do that in a moment. For now, we're just going to add the saucer and then we're basically done. Let's go to the front so we can see both. Add in a new, yeah, you know this by now, solid. Make it a little bit of a different color. So just the same color as the original, but different from the cup, because it would look weird otherwise. Once again, transparency. Turn that down to something, I don't know. And then just pick up your pen tool, start drawing stuff. We're going to, as I said, make two of them, because we want to have the bottom part be a little bit of a different color, so it doesn't look as weird as it does now. But we'll do that in a moment. By the way, the cup is now under the saucer because my layer is on top. And yeah, we're going to fix that, no problem. That should be no problem at all. So once again, drag them out, make sure they match the edges of the original. And just make sure you're happy about it. That's the only thing that really matters, that you're happy about what you've made. And yes, this is a very difficult thing to start with because it's so much work, but it's not a lot of technique that comes into it. So this is the saucer. There's really nothing else to it. All we need to do now is set the opacity to 0. I'm going to also cut it off. You don't have to cut it off, by the way. So I'm going to split the layer, but because it already has opacity 0, it won't show up. It's just for my convenience that I actually make this like this, because I can now immediately distinguish between the layers that are exist in front of the 5 seconds and the ones that don't exist. So this is going to be in the bottom, so it's our lowest layer outside of our background layer. And you can see that it doesn't show up, so, or yeah, you don't see that it's there, that it comes in, that it does anything, and that's exactly the way we want it. Did I really just change the mask opacity? That is so sloppy. Okay, I want a layer opacity. That's the one. Yeah, so the mask has opacity as well. It in this case is exactly the same, by the way, so it doesn't really matter. It's just sloppy that I didn't notice. So all we need to do now is the bottom part, because, well, as I said, I want that to be a little bit of a different color from the top part of that little saucer, so that it doesn't look as weird. Yeah, let's just throw on a new layer. You know this by now. New solid. And we're going to first off start with this color, then select it, and then just make it into a little bit more of a, I don't know, like that. It's just a little bit darker. You can see the difference here. It's a little bit darker. And we're going to plot that underneath the saucer so we can draw. Yeah, this is actually, it should work out this way. So why did it close? Okay, this is just weird behavior. Anyhow, just starting over, as I said before, I like to correct my mistakes immediately and not go correct them later, because it's just, oh, it's too much of a hassle. It's so much easier to just immediately say, ah, well, that was wrong, let's try again. And most of the time it's because I double click where I shouldn't, or I click the wrong spot, or something like that, and I can easily do that again by Control Z and just do it right the next time. Yeah, we're going to drag this up a little bit, make sure that we actually get a nice rounded edge there. This one looks weird. Oh. Oh, it already disconnected. So if you have that, you want to correct that as well, but I do know how to correct that. Just double click or click it twice with the vertex tool. It will reset to the original. Basically, the handles come off. They're not attached to each other anymore. So if you do it like this, only one will rotate and the other one will not. See, double click. Immediately saw it this time. Man, the amount of times I've done that and not noticed, that's just insane. So we're going to adjust all of this to make it look nice. It seems that this one just has a weird angle. I'm just going to make my own stuff up. Not going to follow the photo too much, it seems. So that's the bottom part. Let's see how that looks if I put it underneath. I don't know if the color is enough of a difference. I can't really tell that there is a difference. Yeah, opacity to 100. Which one did I just... Oh, this one was the one I wanted to put there. And we're going to go here. And yeah, it is... You can definitely see the difference. It's not very obvious. It doesn't have to be very obvious. Let's make this more into where I want it to be, I guess. I don't really know what this is supposed to look like. No, don't double click, just single click. That's all I want. Oh, I can do it like this. Yeah, this looks good. So now it's a little bit of a different shape than the original was, but at least it looks like something is underneath the saucer to hold it up from the table. I don't know. So once again, opacity is going to vary from 0 to 100. Yes, already have that. So now it comes in slowly. And once again, I'm going to cut it off over here. Split layer. Delete the first part. And did it retain the opacity now? That's the big question. T. I don't know why we're all the way in the back, but sure. So it's 0 here, and it should come in. No, it seems that it didn't go to 0. So yeah, I need to reset that to 0. Okay, one more thing to do, which is to correct the original part to fit inside of, or to match what I just drew, because this one is a little bit different. Well, it's actually not too bad, I guess. Where's my layer all of a sudden? It's this one, right? Oh, it's now set to 0. This opacity thing, I messed it up really bad. Anyway, let's deselect the layer so we can actually see what's going on. It shines through this, which is kind of weird. Oh, that's because I have overlapping things, yeah. That's my bad. Oh, that's going to be crappy. Because I'm fading in slowly, the opacity actually just gets the opacity or the color from all the different things and then adds them together to their new color. So you will see that because they're slightly different colors. That's so crappy. You can also see the saucers shine through a little bit. I guess I can accept the saucer. I cannot accept the other one though. So this one we're going to adjust that to match the bottom part here, which is not what I wanted to do because yeah, you have to be really careful not to overdo it and such. Stop giving me whatever that is. So yeah, just horizontal, horizontal, nope. And then we're going to put these to almost 0. And put this to a little bit less, I guess. So yeah, we're going to just set the shape to something a little bit different, but now let's match it up to the original. I don't know which one is the original. Oh yeah, see now there's a little bit of a gap. Excellent. This is what I hate, man. Oh, that's why you normally just plop it into existence. I can still do that, by the way. I can still just say, yeah, now it exists, or well, and just accept the fact that, yeah, I'm just going to do that. It's so much easier. And it makes for such a much better solution. I'm going to just split all of the layers at 7 seconds and just say everything in front of the 7 seconds doesn't exist. You can make it fade in, as I said, but it's just, it becomes horrendous if you do it wrong. So, this way, it looks like this. You can still do it the other way, by the way, but I already mentioned that like 16 times. So, it just becomes a different cup of coffee. At the moment, it will, because this is where the transformation will start happening, so you won't see it as such a jump. Although the bottom part is completely different now. Let me match that up a little bit because this looks terrible. So yeah, it's because I edited it. I was actually pretty close the first time. But yeah, you can see that animation is more than just drawing a bunch of lines. It's actually making decisions on what you want to do, what you don't want to do, and just making that happen. And you have to make those decisions not beforehand, but well, while you're doing it, because well, that's when these problems are starting to exist. I didn't know this was going to be a problem. I actually planned this to go really smoothly, which it clearly didn't. Give me a different color. I thought I changed this color already, but let's just change it to blue. A little bit of a different shape, but oh my god, that double clicking is really annoying. And it is my mouse. Never get a trust mouse. It's not good. It's not good. So get the layer back to 7 seconds, and then it's going to jump from this to this. In fact, let's do it even better. Let's just pick up all of these layers and just plop them into existence at 5 seconds. That's actually way better. Because now, bam, perfect cup of coffee. That's even better. That's what I should have done in the first place. All of these, so these are the original drawings, are going to be cut, like edit, split, and everything that's behind the 5 seconds is going to just disappear. So it looks like this now. It's going to come into existence and we don't know what's happening, and then all of a sudden it's a perfect cup. Excellent. So much better. Ah, so glad I did that. Anyhow, we are going to go to 7 seconds, which is when the next animation will start. We hit U for everything that we edited. We're going to throw out all of the opacity. You can just click one, hold your mouse button, and just go over the other ones. And you can now see that there's nothing to do. You can also do the same thing here. Mask path, mask path, mask path, mask. So all of them are editable now. Well, they're all frozen in time from 5 to 7. You don't have to get the 5. It's assuming that everything in front of it is the same. So as I said, from 5 to 7, or sorry, from 7 to 10, the background already changes to brown. We already fixed that. And we're now going to go to our next picture, which is the pen. Let's turn on the pen, turn off the cup of coffee. Get out of here. Yeah, by the way, this is kind of nice. You can see here how the colors change over time. And we still have to do that, I just realized. So go back to 7 seconds. And the change to color has to be added in these as well. Or, yeah, added to these, I guess. Why can't I select anything? Oh, there you go. Just hit the change to color and just make it the same one that it already is. So this is the saucer bottom. So currently it's going from this to this. This is just to make sure that we can change it later. I'm going to add them to every one of them. Which layer is this? It's the saucer itself. Let's go to from. Oh, it set all of these to this. I keep forgetting that. And the next one, yeah, this is just very repetitive, I know that, but it's going to be awesome. That's why you need to make the right choices, because if I left that that animation to be like halfway done, it would look terrible. So we want it to be the same color as the cup. And we want this to set to hue and lightness, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be the cup itself. Okay, cool. We want that to be the color of the cup. Seems logical. And this last one is the coffee. Where did it go? Select, drag. And we want that to be the color of the coffee. So everything is set up for our transformation, except for one thing. We need to hit all of these 2 buttons at 7 seconds, because that is when the change is going to happen. The 2 button. So yeah, now if we hit U on all of these, double hit it, I guess, we can see that the 2 button is also animated. And yeah, well, these are the old ones. Fortunately, I don't have to deal with those anymore. So 10 seconds then. What are we going to change it into? Page up to get to 10 seconds. We're going to make it into a black pen, I guess. I guess we can do gold. So let's start by making the, I don't know, I don't even know what to make first. Let's pick up the pen, bring it to the front to see what it looks like a little bit better. So yeah, we can make it black and then make this one a different color. So this is one part, second part, third part, fourth part. And then we can even make the details into a fifth one if we have. We do have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 layers to work with, most of which are very simple, like have only a few points, but we only need very few points. So this one would be the most difficult, and even that one isn't difficult, but I'm going to make the coffee cup into that, I guess. Oh no, the ear, that's the most difficult one. So let's change this to gold. So this is the cup, the ear, sorry. So you can see that. I want to make the 2 color into goldish. And then, yeah, let's just start editing it. So we're going to go to the selection tool, pick up the points one by one. This one's going to be that. This one's going to be that point. I'm going to immediately set it to the right angle. This one has to be 1 as well. So, come on, convert vertex tool. I'm converting that, and then I'm going to set it to a similar angle so that it looks a little bit nicer. It's not a big deal. Back to the selection tool then, and oh yeah, I accidentally hit one of the handles instead of the, yeah. Come on, come with me. You know you want to. That's not what I wanted. Just select this one thing, come on. There you go. So yeah, this is because we have the handles drawn out a little bit way too far. And as you can see, it now follows that pretty nicely. And once again, just like with the first drawing, I have too many of these vertices. So we're going to have to change that after this, but so this one actually broke. So you can see that the object handles are not pointing opposite of each other. And that actually allows me to make a nice shape out of this. So I want this one to break as well, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm just going to assume it's one of these. Yeah, well, this will work as well. Yeah, I might as well use this. Oh, come on, stop double clicking. So yeah, just once again stuck on this thingy. I don't even know what it is, but it's very annoying. No, I can't change this. I need to change it back. I wish I knew how to break these things. No, double clicking didn't help. In fact, double clicking brings up that annoying screen that I want to avoid. And maybe right clicking? No, that doesn't seem right. I don't know. I might find it out at some point, but for now I don't know how to do it. So then all of the rest is just going to have to be piled up on this bottom part. And once again, just like with the other one, I'm just going to make them disappear after this part of the animation is done. No, stop doing this, please. So annoying. So yeah, we're just putting in all of these things one by one, or in this case, 2 by 2. But as I said, try to make it into a little bit more of an interesting animation. So I'm intentionally making them, making the mask look weird, because I'm going to redraw it, and then it should be fine. So it's just about covers the entire thing. It doesn't look very awesome, but I'm going to redraw that and just replace it. But you'll see. Man, I can't believe how long this is taking. Let's get the cup of coffee. Set the 2 color to black and edit the path. So masks, path. Doesn't really matter whether you select that or not, as long as you have the right layer selected. Why is it not black, by the way? Oh. Yeah, now it is. So yeah, we're going to just draw this and this, and I don't know how many points I have here. This one's here. Oh, I have plenty of points. It's really hard to draw complex things with like 4 points, but this seems to be just about right. What's happening with this one? Yeah, it should be like this. Okay, so 1 over there, 1 over there. Just make this very small, because, oh my god. Yeah, if you make this very small, it will not affect the thing too much, the overall shape. It will just make a smooth transition. So make these nice, and then yeah, I have 1 more point over here, so I should probably move that. We want to have a nice symmetrical look. So this one is going to be over here, and let's see. Yeah, we can actually place it over here, and then I'm going to attempt to line this up with the pen. The problem is that these are already set, so the angle is already set. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of trickery to try to line that up. And then we're going to draw this to almost 0 to make sure we get the nice edge. Come on. You know you want to. There you go. So that one should look okay. Did I change the opacity here? No. So why is it not showing up? Oh, it's underneath the pen, of course. There it is. Okay, next part is going to be the top part, I guess. What do we still have left? Don't double click. I'm picking my other mouse. I have 2 mice attached to my computer. Should have done that before now. Anyhow, we have both of them both of the ones that are, or no, all three of the ones that are still left only have 4 points. So that is going to be challenging, to say the least. So we're going to take this point and put it over here. And then this point, put it over, or this one belongs on this side, and this one on the other side. I think this is wrong. I should take the corner points, make some nicer transition. So all of the corner points then. Yeah, probably in between the two. Once again, the mask color making it really hard to actually select something. Don't know why they don't make that just a different color. Anyhow, it seems that we should fix the top part first, because it's the easiest. Yeah, this sounds about right. Like that, and like that. Then the bottom part is, I can't really mimic this with this little points, but I can at least approach the shape pretty nicely. I could actually just do it like this. Yeah, why not? So I'm reversing like the top and the bottom part of this of these points to make sure that I get a nice transition there. Anyhow, this should be fine. Now I have one more layer, I believe. Let's see. This one's done. This one's done. This one I still have. Oh, I have 2 more. Okay. So I'm going to make some silver crap out of this. Gold, sorry. Gold. Let's put it over here. And once again, mask. Where are we? Which one is this? Oh, this. Let's put it to some pinkish color. Yeah, I can just make this same ball on the end. Should not be too hard to do. So yeah, for now it looks terrible, but yeah, it's just a matter of making it all fit. And then it should look nice. So I want this to be perpendicular to the direction of the pen, and then we can adjust the rest later. So these should be, both of them should be at the base of the ball. There. And then I can adjust this. I can adjust this. I'm just trying to form the ball now, which is mostly this one. And there you see it. It is all coming together. Yeah, working with these things is really a matter of just learning how they work. So basically learning what you need to do to make certain shapes, but it's really not that hard. I know for first-timers it looks really hard to do, but really it's just a matter of just practice. Oh, it should be exactly the other way around. Yeah, so no, I think it did something wrong now. Yep, there you go. So yeah, now I can actually make this one a little bit nicer. Just, yeah, I don't know, something like this. That should be good. So that is going to be goldish. Let's pick that up from somewhere. I don't know, something like this. And it's all already set to change over time, so you can just select the color and it should be good. This one doesn't have the new... Oh, this one does have a new color. This one doesn't have a new color yet. So I'm going to change this to... I don't know. I don't want it to be black because it would look like it's one big blob. I want it to be like a little bit lighter than black. So hopefully that will come out nicely. We can actually see it. There you go. It's, of course, yeah, need to set it to something like this. So yeah, you can see here that this is definitely not the way we want it. But as I said, I'm going to adjust that later on. So I want to make this thing out of the last layer. Let's see which one that is. It's actually one of the greens, yeah. There you go. So we're going to set them to the sides here. Not that it really matters. Well, it's a little bit easier to do it one way or the other. So one way is basically the correct way, but the other way can also work. Like, yeah, there are multiple ways to do everything in this program, which is what makes it awesome. It's also what makes it very hard to understand when you need to use what method. But for now, we're just trying to fit our lines to whatever we see. I'm going to do this one first. So I'm just aligning the middle parts first. So the middle parts of these curved edges, the straight edges are really easy to do. But once I have those, and I should be able to just line up the others. Because these are just, I'm just lining them up with the pen. And then I'm going to adjust the amount of influence of every one of them. You should have a little more influence, and this should have a little more influence. You can see you just push all the edges away from where you're basically pointing it. So if you want to have a little more of a sharp edge there, you just push this one a little more, and you just push this one a little more, and yeah, it becomes a little more of a sharp edge. Same here. I want to reduce the amount that this one does. This one's basically top to bottom. This one's left to right. So there. Now, I don't know. It seems that this one's really hard to make. New mouse seems to, or my other mouse I should say, seems to work a lot better. And let's make this into a nice new color, this one. So yeah, my whole pen now looks like this. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I mixed up the layers. Yeah. It's because this one is one of the bottom layers, so it's actually underneath the this one's supposed to be on top as well. Oh, no. This is not good. Because this used to be the coffee. So that has to be on top. Ah, now I have to redo it. This is crappy. Yeah, I should have taken that into account. So this one, no, come on. This one needs to be on top. This shape, that is. So we're going to take this, the mask, and the mask path. We're going to just hit the copy button, Control C, go to the top one, which is the one that's actually on top. We're going to move a little bit forward. We're going to paste and Oh, that actually does work. Yeah, so then we're going to take this one and copy paste it to the other one. And then we're going to delete the ones that we don't want. So we don't want... Oh, why didn't that work? That's the wrong one. Yeah, I want to have the pen, which is the blue one. Okay, anyway, I should be able to paste that into this one. There it is. And now I can delete this mask, and it should be taken over by this one. And this one can be deleted as well. So yeah, they do need to transform back into what they were, though. So yeah, that's not gonna work. Let me just do it like this. I'm Control-Zing until everything is fixed again. I thought it would be really easy, but apparently it is not. Apparently it's a lot harder than I thought. Because I would assume that if I copy this and paste it in this, that would actually work. Oh, it does work. You just have to stand on the 5-second mark. Well, 7 seconds, I guess. And then I pick up this, copy these two. Oh, can't. I have to select the actual property, copy these, and paste it onto the other one, which is, yeah, the one that I selected now. Paste, and delete this mask, delete this mask. I'm not done yet. Oh, I'm too hasty. Let's see what we have. So currently I'm working with these two layers. This one? I don't know, I forgot. I think it's this one. Now, we're going to just undo all of that. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'm going to have to do it by hand, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going to have to do it by hand. So this one has to become the little bowl thingy. And the other one can then be the other thing. At least I know how to make the ball now. This one on the top part of the pen somewhere. This one over here. Made it something like this, and then let's also make this something like this. And then move this one forward, move this out, the other one in, but a little bit less. And then this one should be perpendicular to the pen once again. So yeah, wasn't too hard. Match it up a little bit. There you go. It's not as good as the other one, I think, but hey, it'll do. It's just an animation. Yeah, so this one's done. Now the other one, so the one that was originally the tip, is now going to have to be the side. And we did match them up on the edges. So like this, and then this one like this. And this one doesn't really matter. I did kind of fuss about it last time, but assuming it's beneath the other one, no, it's not. Okay. So it does matter, but I want it to be on top here, and on top here, and then we can adjust it so that it actually fits this little curve that's here. And there we go for the one, and there we go for the other one. Now all I need to do is match these with the pen, and yeah, it looks okay. We want to move these a little bit down. So the thing is, the band here is underneath the black, so we're going to have to adjust this to black. Well, not too dark black, well, I guess dark gray. And here we go. Yeah, there's a little bit of a gap there, so we're going to move these down a bit, both of them, and that should be fine. That is our pen now. This is going to be fixed, and the rest looks okayish, I think. So our animation now looks like this: cup into pen. Cool. Exactly the way we wanted that, of course. So yeah, the only thing we need to fix now is the pen tip, but as I said, this one was just too complicated. So we're going to do the same thing as we did before. We're going to pick up this layer, if I can find it. I don't know which one it is. It is this one. So if I just close everything else, open this one, yeah, you can immediately see that it's way too hard. So that one is going to disappear at, where are we? 10 seconds? Yeah. At 10 seconds, this one is going to disappear. So we're going to go to Edit, Split Layer, and everything behind it is going to disappear. And then instead, we're going to set it up with an exact copy. Oh, yeah, let's not do that yet. The deletion. I still have to do it, but I want to have the shape to actually copy it. So let's put in a new solid. And the solid is going to be this color, the medium gray-orange solid. Yeah, that sounds about right. We're going to just set it right on top of this one. Make it a little bit see-through for now. And just make a nice little shape in it. So yeah, I can immediately now fix the problem that I was having. So first of all, I'm going to set up this, and yeah, this is a dragged one, the other one is not, so this also is not. That's because I want some of the points to be, well, dragged, and some of the points I don't want that. So we're going to set this, I think, yeah, we're going to set another point here, just to make it a nice curve. Then a sharp point here, and a not so sharp point here. Yeah, I have to replace that. Sharp point, and then, no, I don't think this should be a sharp point. This should in fact be one of those. And then close it. It's not perfect yet, but we can adjust. We can adjust. There we go, putting these in the edges, and then fixing this to be, or to make sure that it follows the lines. So this one, yeah, this is a little trickier, because what I want to have is, I want this to be a nice sharp edge. It's not going to be a nice sharp edge, but I want that. And we're going to at least give it a go. So this one should be about here. Can make it a little sharper, as you can see. We can do that here as well. Just make it look nice. And this one should be as small as possible because we do want that nice pointy, the nice pointy thing in the front. So hang on, this one, it looks weird. Yeah, it has to be more like this and then move it inwards. That's better. We deselect, yeah. And now let's set the opacity to 100. It looks okay. I just want something in the middle because, yeah, now it's a tip that doesn't really look like a tip. So anyway, first of all, we're going to set this to exactly 10 seconds, and then we're going to say split this layer. Come on, split. We're going to delete everything in front of it, and for the other one, so the green one, we're going to delete everything in the back. Remember, we had to remember to do that. So we are going to do that. I'm going to add a new layer, or new solid I should say, because I'm only working with solids currently, and I want that to be black, I think. I'm going to draw a little bit of a thingy in the middle. Yeah, that is not good. We don't want to have a completely black screen. That would look terrible. So let's put the pen on top again, and then let's see the picture so we can actually see what we're doing. So this one has like a little ball here and then a little line. I think I'm going to just copy that. So the ball, once again, just like with the other one, we can just make a little ball and then go, now let's make it a little bit of a width. Go this, and then close the gap. And then we need to adjust it, of course. So let's turn off the photograph, turn on this. And yes, now we can turn up the opacity to see the end result immediately. And take the selection tool once again. It's all about selection tool. Just, yeah, adjusting everything so that it looks nice and it feels like you really have a pen. So let's deselect that. I think that looks cool. You can of course do more layers to make some engravings or do whatever you want with it. The thing is, yeah, you don't really need to. I do want to correct this because there's a little bit of a gap between the, well, the pen itself and where we actually want it to be. Or rather, there's a little bit of a split now where there's no pen. So yeah, we don't want that. That looks better. By the way, I did move this back layer, it seems. So let's fix that, which is this one. And once again, P for position, and this should be, hang on, that is 640. And this should be 360. Yeah, it happens sometimes. You can of course lock the layers, but then you cannot address the colors anymore, so you have to turn it off and on and blah blah blah. So I just try to notice things, and like for example now that the pen thing just stays there, I'm just going to let that come in at 10 seconds. So this is the pen thing. I'm going to just say, yeah, you're just all of a sudden there. Split layer, delete everything in front of it. There you go. So yeah, it will form the tip. There you go. And then all of a sudden the tip is there. Yeah, so there's one more thing. These things have to be reduced a little bit because it seems like they're a little bit more annoying than I thought they would be. So we're going to go to 10 seconds, drag out this layer. It's the only way to do it, otherwise you affect the points. Well, basically there will be a point where there shouldn't be a point, and then we're going to just adjust all of this stuff. We can of course just put everything under here. That would work as well. Let's just do that. Hopefully that works. I'm assuming it works. So let's see how that works. So now you can drag it back, and now the layer no longer exists here. So it's kind of hard to see what's going on. And yeah, you can see that it's underneath the other layer, and then popping up right. Well, the moment it pops up, it turns into the other one. So excellent, looking good. Don't forget to save every now and then, because it is important that you don't lose something like this, because this is a lot of work. Well, it's even a lot of work for me, so people who are newer to this program might even have more trouble. I'm trying to explain everything as well as I can, but that doesn't mean that I explain everything to your satisfaction. So if you have any more questions, please don't be afraid to ask and put them in the comments. Anyhow, we did make some new layers, so we're going to have to add some more, well, these, what are they called? Keyframes. That's what I called. Some more keyframes. Also, this one doesn't have, yeah, it doesn't have effects in it yet. So yeah, there's that. And we did make the one with the pen tip, which is this one, I believe. Yes. So that one also has to have the animated mask path. Yeah, once I have that, it should be fine. So I'm putting that at 12 seconds because that's where our next animation starts. This one just popped into existence and waits 2 seconds. And obviously we're going to hit the change color again. So that one with the 2 on it, I'm going to change it to the color it currently is, from the color it currently is. So yeah, now it does absolutely nothing, but then when we hit the 15, it is going to do something. So let's pay a little more attention this time to where my layers are in my composition. So currently I have, oh, which ones? This one is, oh, these ones are all dead. It starts here. So this one's live, this one's live, this one's live, and then these 4 are live. This one is dead, so it no longer exists. Which means that we are just going to have to work with the rest, which is fine. And let's put in our new picture. Here you go, project. Next one is a notebook, because I'm writing in my notebook. So the notebook is a little bit too big once again. So hit the S for scale, just scale it down to what you want. And I want it to be completely on the screen. Like, it doesn't matter that this corner is missing. I know where this corner is. It's about here. So yeah, my thing will find that, no problem. And there's a pen in here. I don't have to draw that pen. I'm probably not going to because, well, you saw how much work the pen is. So we're just going to draw a line in the middle and be fine. So first, the background. The background here is red. I like red, so let's make our background red as well. The color, so hitting U once again brings up everything that you want. And we're just going to grab this color. Yeah, so it's not the exact same color, it seems. So I may have just, yeah, that's better. I may have just grabbed like one of the shadow pixels or something like that. This seems better. Now we're going to go from bottom to top, and only use, of course, the live layers, which are the layers that we didn't cut off yet. And this is where it comes in handy that you actually use that split layer technique, because now I can immediately see that at 15 seconds, these layers are still alive, but this one isn't. And these aren't, but this background is. So yeah, it's just a handy way of doing that. We're also going to add another point here, by the way. So if you want to add another point like this, so before you change anything, you can just click this and it says add or remove keyframe at current time. So it's just going to add in another red in this case, because this is the change to color. So then, the bottom layer, which is this one, is going to be the bottom, well, the ground part of this notebook. We can do it in one go with 4 points, but I have so many layers that I'm thinking making one page, and then the next one is going to be another page, well, page of the front cover, and then maybe even this part can be made. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. We'll see how that works. So for now, we're going to get them on the corners. It seems like the way to go. I don't know whether that top one is in the correct spot, but whatever. I don't know, I have to try out something. If I change my thing, so this thing, and I go back in time, does it become, yeah, so as you can see, it becomes animated again, or well, stretchable again. And that's exactly what I wanted to know. So we're at 17 seconds, I think. I think we're at 17. Yep, we are. So yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. We're just going to turn off all of these handles to make sure that we have a nice, well, straight lines everywhere. And then we're going to put this one on the edge. This one's already on the edge. This one's on the edge. Well, I guess this one needs to move up a little bit. And this one, yeah, it seems about right. It doesn't really matter because we're not going to see it anyway. But it seems that the edge would be about there. So the only thing we need to change is the color. And I don't like the red on red this time. We've had enough red in this picture. So let's change it to, I don't know, blue. No, let's make it blue, like dark blue. Seems like a nice color. There you go, maybe not too dark. I don't know. This seems fine. So it's not going to look like this. No, it has to be darker. Come on. Yeah, that's better. So red, or the red thing is going to be blue now. You can't really see it because, well, the picture is in front of it. Picture is all the way on the top, and that's because I'm currently working with just the masks. I don't have to see what it looks like anymore. I mean, it's nice, but you don't have to. So then this one is the next layer. I'm working top to bottom, as I said, and I'm just going to line them up with these points now. So once again, one is off the page. That is quite all right. And we're just going to make that happen. Change them to lose the handles. Lose the handles. There you go. Is that okay? Yeah, it seems fine. I wonder if this one is actually in the corner. Yeah, let's adjust it a little bit. So then the final one. Oh, wait. We have to set the color to this color, because otherwise it would look weird. So that color then. And if we look at the, so if we press U, you can see that the mask path actually has a thing here and the 2 has a thing here. So that's the only thing I edited, and that's also the only thing I want to edit. So next one then is dead. As I said, we replace it with this one. So this one is a little more complex, so I really don't want it to go to waste, and therefore I'm going to use it to color in the notebook, I think, because yeah, I don't know what to do with these others. I'll figure something out. It should be fine. This one is just going to disappear, by the way. I think, at least. No problem. So oh yeah, that one was dead. So we have this one. This one is just going to be the notebook itself, but then I don't have this part yet, so I'm going to have to fill that in later. But it seems a waste to not use all of these points that I have available here. So I'm going to put 2 in the middle. I don't know how many points I have. Didn't really count them. We'll see if it works out. So I'm just going to place them where I think I need them at this point, and then oh wow, works out exactly. Cool. I'm not done yet because the side of the pages still needs to be colored and things like that. So yeah, first of all, we're going to get these handles away. I don't want handles on the edges. I do want handles on the middle, so if they don't have them, I'm going to add them. And it seems that all of them have them now. Yeah, the last one did. So now it's a matter of zooming in and just getting this to line up nicely. So something like this. And then I want to have 2 because these are going to be like strange angles otherwise. Didn't know where this one was. So if I only use 1 point here, then one of them needs to point to the top left and one of them to the top right, and that just, yeah, that's one of the break things, so you have to break your point, and I don't know how to do that, as I said previously, so it'll just have to do like this. So same here, we're going to just make a little bit of a curve to fit the page. This is why it's nice to work with photographs, because you know that the photograph's already correct. You don't have to actually think about perspective, you don't have to think about anything else than just, well, doing your thing. Oh, I can actually make this black solid thing, there was a little line here, into the lines in this. That would actually be nice. Maybe like a little skrill, I don't know. So it seems that we do have some issues here that still need to be filled with other layers. So let's start with that. So we're going to put one over here, one over, oh, come on, you know you want to. Yeah, and then let's put one, no, we're just going to do it the crazy way. No, I have way too many points to do this. Yeah, let's just do it like this. Okay. Next attempt. Should be about here. So this is going to be just a little bit of interesting things, and this should be more of the page itself, let's say. So yeah, this one's probably not going to match up exactly with the other one, but it's fine because it kind of overdraws the other one. So it's on top of the other one layer-wise, so you should be able to get them to work nicely together. Yeah, so I have 1 point left and I put it over there. It means that I get a little bit of a difference between the left and the right side, which is fine. As I keep saying, as long as you like it, it's all good. It doesn't matter what you make. As long as you're trying to just make what you like, it's all good. I have actually 2 points left because this point's also completely useless. Let's up it a little bit, and let's see the results. Let's see what it actually looks like. So yeah, this one should up a little. This one should be taken out a little bit as well. And yeah, you can see here that this one kind of messed it up for us. Just going to put it up a little bit so that it covers the entire line. Here, if you don't mind, or if you're going for the graphic style where there's actually a little bit of gap in between everything, that's fine too. It's all up to you. So next one is going to be our middle part. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because as you can see, there should really be a middle part here, like little partition. Let's put these two together. Let's put these two together. Yeah, I'm just going to set them to be normal points, so linear points, and then put them pretty close together, like half a pixel between them. Well, I guess 1 pixel. Technically it would be 1.4 pixels, but yeah, you get the point. I'm putting them basically on different pixels. So this one's the middle of this one's the middle of this one, and then I'm going to turn off the handles, and you can see I have a line in the book now. And the last one is going to have to fill this gap because I hadn't done that yet. So still need to do that, and that is going to be the one that I created in the last part. As you can see, with these like 4 points, you can actually make a lot of different shapes without having to really do a whole lot. Obviously these are like 6 points, 5, but still you get the point. It's not that hard to do something with only a few points available, as long as you know how to animate. Well, draw, I guess. Yeah, I want this to match up nicely, but I also want this to be, well, these 4 points are going to be without handles, and this one is going to be with handles, so that I can make a nice little curve in there. I like the curves. Like, I want a little bit of a curve here, just to make it into something a little more interesting. And then we're going to change the color because it doesn't have the coloring yet. And keep in mind we need to go back to 15 now, I think. No, what was the end? The end of the animation, so the previous animation is actually here. And then does it stay for 2 seconds? No. It's just the way it is. So this was going to be black. No, it's not black. That was just it. It wasn't black. And it is going to be the bluish color, so we'll have to get that bluish color from somewhere else. The bluish color is all the way in the bottom. So it's these layers. Let's just do this, and then this is the bluish color. Makes it a little bit easier. There you go. Okay, that was terrible. That was not what I wanted to do. Oh, I selected the wrong one. Okay, there you go. That should be better. So, oh no, it's, oh, never mind. First we have to do black to black, so that it's actually black. This one was actually black. Oh wow, this animation starts way too late, as you might have noticed, or not, but it does. So, and we're going to go to 17 seconds, and then set this. Oh, I forgot to hit the stopwatches. which is kind of sloppy. But yeah, that's the way it is sometimes. That seems about right. And then put it to blue. Blue. So yeah. Did it change? Hang on, so this one's black, and then it goes to... oh, okay. This one again. It still didn't work. Why did it not change colors? Seems weird. So it may have been something that I just need to do, like, because it was black, that was the problem, of course. So maybe I should just make change color. I don't know what change color does. So this is a live me finding out what things do. Change the color blue. Yeah. Color to change. Okay, that's this one. Yeah, that I have no clue what that does. So let's go back to change the color. I should be able to do this, right? I want to go from black, whatever it is, to blue. And I want it to match the entire color. See, now it works. No clue what I did wrong. And then we're going to hit the 2 button. We're going to go back to 12 seconds and set this back to black, because that's the way it's supposed to be. I want the blue thing there. So, hang on. So, it seems that all of the animations immediately start where we wanted to have them freeze until 12 seconds. So, let's select all of these, well, the ones that are live, at 12 seconds, and then hit the hue, including this one, by the way. No, that's not it. The background color. Which one is that? This one. Including everything, and then see where we missed some. So here, for example, we missed a couple of them. Copy, paste, copy, paste. You can just copy paste all of the previous keyframes to the new values, and that should at least work, because it will just copy everything that there was on that keyframe, including the color of the backgrounds. So yeah, now let's see if it actually will stay. So it stays entirely. Wow, did that in one go. Who knew? So yeah, it looks like a notebook, so it's cool. It's a really easy one, of course. You can make it much more complex if you want to, but I am happy with it. Don't forget to save. And we're going to add our tent. Tent is also really easy. So yeah, at this point I'm glad that I kind of have these easy shapes. Scale. We're going to scale it up this time. I don't know if this is the best tent to pick up, but yeah, whatever. First of all, I'm going to close down all of these layers so I can actually see what's going on. And once again, I'm going to find the layers that are still live. It is the same set that we had before, because we have no more complex layers. And maybe we need to add one, because this tent, yeah, well, especially the outside seems really difficult. Yeah, for now, however, it's not a problem. So we're going to start with the bottom one. Well, first of all, the background. Let's change the background color first. Did I need to change? Hang on. The animation goes until 17, so yeah, on 19 I need to set all these all these keyframes once again. So let's hit U, get all the keyframes. Yeah, if the first U closes everything, then the second one will open everything. You can just go up and click all of these. This is everything that has been changed. One of the layers is dead, yeah, this one. So yeah, I don't need that. You can also remove it here. So yeah, I'm just going to click every one that I can find, and hopefully that'll work in one go. Wow, I changed a lot. Did I go too far down? Yeah, I did. Okay. These layers are all already dead, so don't know about this one though. Oh, let's turn off the tent and see if it all worked. So the entire book is still there, but it will of course be there. So this layer is no longer alive. Just click it, drag down, and you will turn on or off everything. This one is still alive, so yeah, that's where it starts. Cool. Anyhow, going to the tent then, we're going to go from bottom to top once again. And it is going to take another, what was it, 3 seconds? I think it was 3 seconds. I don't know if 3 seconds or 5 seconds. Not that it really matters. It was 5 seconds, it seems. No, 2 and 3. Okay. 3 seconds then. So we're at 22 now. We're going to just start at the bottom with everyone that was still alive. Let's see, you. And this one is dead, but these are still alive. No, they're not. One of them is. So yeah, I closed down all the layers now, which makes it a little bit easier to see. So let's start at the bottom once again and just go edit these values, because it seems the easiest way to do. So once again, we're just going to start at the background information, let's call it, and that is in this case the bottom of the tent and the back of the tent and things like that. This one can actually just stay like that. It's easier. I want this to be something like this, and then make sure that this kind of looks okay-ish. It actually looks pretty terrible, but no, it doesn't. So keep in mind that some of these parts will actually get covered by other layers, so it's not a big deal if it's not perfect everywhere, because that's how you do that. So yeah, this is the first part. This is going to be this layer, which is going to be turned into some kind of, yeah, let's pick a gray color. Doesn't really matter. Dark gray. We can adjust it later, of course. Next layer then. This is going to be the back of the tent. Remember that it is going to draw over the previous one. So yeah, I don't really know what to do with the other points, but yeah, I'll find a way to hide them, to at least not make them, well, get in the way of the rest of the drawing. Yeah, I want this to be like this little curve, I like that. I just have to be a little bit to the bottom of this, because I don't want the white gap. Once again, if you do like the white gap, feel free to use it. It's really easy to make, so So yeah, this seems about right. This is the back of the tent. It is going to be which color? Let's make it a yellow tent, just like in the picture. Let's make it light yellow. We can make the front part a little bit more a darker color. This one is dead, so we're not going to use that. And this is our main layer. So this is our complexest layer that we have. We're going to kind of copy the form of the tent as well as we can. And then, oh, I actually have some points left over. Wow. That's how many points I have here. It's just great. So many points to work with. So yeah, it looks a little bit different from what the original is, but it will fit correctly. Once again, the yellow and white is so hard to see. So M for mask, just click the color, change it to something else, like dark green. So yeah, this one really a little messed up here. So I'm going to put it in the middle of this. No, can't do that. Can't do that. Zoom in, because this is a little bit too small for me to actually grab, but not a problem. So yeah, that looks okay. This should be fine as well. The problem is I can't really do both. So I need to bring over one of the points from here. I think I left one of the points here. Yeah. So I need one more point over there. I'm going to put this one in the middle, which is what I wanted to do initially, but yeah. And then all will be well with the world again. Control C to undo. Yeah, I do want to have all my points with the handles, because I want nice round shapes in this one. You don't have to, of course. This one should be like this. Come on, push it a little bit downwards. Push this a little bit upwards. And that should be fine. So this one then, well, first of all, we're going to adjust this point over here. Well, let's try to adjust the line. Yeah, I really don't like that tool. I know it's there for a reason, but I just, it never works for me. Like, it never makes what I want it to make. But yeah, if you can work with it, it will work a lot quicker than adjusting the points one by one. The thing is, you need to pick up the right point in the line for it to work. And yeah, I normally don't do that. So yeah, we have this part now. Let's make the tent into, as I said, something nice and yellowish. I don't know. Let's just pick a color. This seems like a very wrong color. Come on, why don't we have like nice cool color? I don't know. Seems a little bit too bright, but we'll see once I'm done. Oh, we can see it now. Never mind. And once again, that one, yeah, it is a little bit too bright. So let's do that again. That's better. That looks more realistic, as far as you can call it realistic. Turn back the picture, and then we go to our next layer. So this is also a pretty big one, like lots of points to work with. We're going to start in the corner here, go all the way across to there. Then go all the way across over here as well with this point apparently. So yeah, I'll fix that. Then we go to the top. Then we go across. Then we go to the bottom. And we have 2 points on the same spot. So let's put this one in the middle. Line it up a little bit with what we want it to be. And then let's just edit all the points. So, like this, and then, yeah, this corner point still needs to be edited quite heavily. It is going to overlap with the other one, so don't worry about the little bit of a curve that's still here. You won't see that. I do want some curve in this, and then this point should be interesting as well. A little bit of like that. Okay, let's see how that looks in real life. Yeah, that sounds about right. The color has to be the same as the rest of the tent, and then we can see if we miss something. For example, if this doesn't line up correctly, we can now still well, achieve that and just make it work. So let's do it like that. And this one, yeah, here you can see that it didn't really line up the way I wanted to. So you can just edit that. Make this a little bit higher maybe. I don't know. Seems like a tent, right? It's not great, but hey, whatever. We still have 2 layers to actually address the fact that it's not really a tent yet. So we can, for example, if we want to make a tent pole in here, let's see if we actually want that. How would that look? Yeah, pretty terrible. We can also make this into like one of the guidelines. I forgot what they're called. We could do that and put one on the other edge as well. We can also put the little corner points in here that are on the picture. I think I'm going to do that as well. I think I'm going to do both. So this one seems to be pretty easy. I do want that to be a little bit better because it's a little bit too big on the top. That seems better. Next one then. That's the last one we actually have. Oh, this one is supposed to be black again. And then we're going to just adjust it to do the same thing, but then on the other side. So 2 in the top, apparently 3 in the bottom. I don't know where it should come out exactly. It should be about here. Hang on, from here through the middle of the tent. Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah. Like that. Did I mess them up? Yes, I did. Nope, I did not. Get back there. I don't know where this point is supposed to be. No, it's this is good now. This one can do whatever he wants, as long as he lines up with the rest. And why is this coloring stopping? So let's see the position on this one. It seems that it's only really small. I don't know why it would be only really small. Did I scale it? No. Seems weird. Okay, I really don't understand why this is so small. I probably did something wrong, but I have no clue what. So can we fix this is the big issue. Yeah, I can easily fix this by saying, yeah, you no longer exist. Right here. Uh-oh. What just happened? Look at that. It's in the completely wrong spot. Yeah, I'm going to have to correct that. And like I said, I don't like correcting things. So what I'm going to do is just delete this entire layer and remake it, because I don't know what's wrong with it, and there were multiple things wrong with it. First of all, it didn't move, and second, it just didn't have the right scale. So I don't know why that is, and I don't really care. So we're just going to have to do it again. Pen tool. I'm going to make a little bit of a 4-point thing. It was actually 5 points, I believe. So let's add one more. Yeah, 2 in the front, 3 in the back, that's what it was. Where's my 5th one? Did I only make 4? Oh my god. Not very smart. Anyhow, we do have everything with handles, which is relatively okay. Small handle, bigger handle, make the little thingy. Let's put up the pen so I can actually see what I'm doing. There you go, completely off the target. Yeah, once again, masks. I'm going to go and change this to a nice bluish color. Doesn't really matter which color you use, it's just that, yeah, you might have noticed it's very hard to spot these things sometimes. Let's change the vertices here. And then put it on the front of the pen somewhere. I have to pick up the drawing to actually see where the top of the pen is, because it's not 100% accurate representation of the photograph, of course. So let's do it like this. It's already black, so that's already good. We still need to attach the change to color in there, and we're going to make it black to black for now. Turn off the pen. It seems a little bit crooked. Might just be me, but I don't think that's just me. I think it actually is. So I'm going to drag this one over to here. It seems like these I need to move a little bit to that side. Yeah, okay. So that's the one corrected. Now we have to go to 15, and wasn't that 15? I thought that was 15. Okay, apparently that was 17. So this was a longer animation then. And now the color needs to become... Oh, I forgot to hit the 2 button. That's the problem. 2. And we're going to change it to the next color. And the next color is going to be blue. So with the blue there, I should be able to now just get that back into place. Recreate what I did before. Okay, with all of them close enough, I should be able to fit this in nicely, like the last time. Oh, I once again have the issue of having only U selected, it seems. There you go. Yeah, once again, transform. Now I can't see them because they're blue. Transform, transform. You transform because you're. Yeah, that's the way I wanted it. And let's make a nice curve. Maybe drag it out a little even, so that you can see where the middle of the book is basically. Nah, let's not. Put it back, put it back. Put this one in, put this one back. Yeah, that's terrible too. Man, how did I do this last time? Black solid, come on. I don't know. It's good enough. Nobody's going to notice that. It's the rest of the drawing. It's awesome. So let's go to the 10 then. Everything is done. Yeah. Oh, I have to freeze it at 19. This one, as well as the color. Where's my... Oh, here. As well as the color. I think most of the colors aren't actually frozen. Let's check that out. Yeah, see, the colors are actually changing all the time. You don't actually notice it most of the time, but yeah, it's fine. Anyway, black solid. Back to 22. And we have our tent. And then we have our thingy that needs to be turned back to black. Hey, it worked this time. Woohoo! No, this one. Let's move the entire thing up here. And, oh, there's a little bit of background showing through. I'll fix that later. So, yeah, let's... Oh, wow, it once again did it. Yeah, now I'm not going to bother. I really don't know why it's doing that. Maybe I should just enlarge this entire thing before making anything. This is the maximum I can get, apparently. Seems weird. Rotate. Nope. That doesn't help either. This is really something I've never encountered before. Because that's the advantage of working with entire layers. You can just draw on them what you want. So that's why I use the solids instead of the shape layers, because the shape layers kind of tend to behave like this. So we want it to be over here somewhere, but I can't reach that, so this is the best I can do. So yeah, we're just going to have to work with what we have. I don't know why it's doing this, but hey, it's doing this, so I can't really change that for the moment. Let's change this to not have handles and actually look a little bit better. Okay, select something else. Yeah, it's not actually thick enough, I have to feel. So it has to be a little more, well, there. There we go, I guess. It's a little bit better. Maybe it needs to be even more. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, let's put in some of these ropes by just making new layers. This time we're only going to do one layer, so one solid. It's going to be black, and it is going to just have multiple masks in it. Let's do opacity. Oh, I don't need opacity. I need the 10 to be turned on. There you go. Nope, nope, nope. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, and close. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and close. 1, 2, 3, 4, and close. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and close. Yeah, that's about all I wanted. So obviously this one shouldn't exist before the animation is done. So let's cut out whatever we have here. So split layer. Everything in front of this point is getting out, and then it looks like this. It looks yeah, a little bit terrible because it doesn't fit yet, but look at that. He's not moving once again. What's wrong with you, bro? Did I not animate the mask? I did. Seriously? What is wrong with this layer? I have no clue. Anyway, 10 seconds. Let's edit the position then. Maybe I can fix it by just making the position something different. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know why it's behaving like this. Ah, come on. And I won't have, well, I don't want to find out at the moment. So yeah, the position here is now correct. It's black solid apparently. Yeah, it keeps existing, which is also something I didn't fix yet. So let's split the layer. Hit the position once again. Position is still there. So until 12, yeah, till 12 it should stay there. Then we're going to go to 15. Oh, right, this was like 17. And there you go. That one's correct. And this one isn't. So up until 17, this position is correct. And then after 17, up until 22, oh 19, it's actually 19, right. I forget. The position becomes different for some reason. But yeah, we can fix it, as I said. No problem. No, come on. Don't be stupid. Ah, it's going to be stupid. Yeah, you have to select the actual pixels, but it's kind of hard with an object of like half a pixel. No. Come on, just get there already. Okay, so hopefully this will fix the problem. It does seem to fix the problem. So this, by the way, is the animation of the position, which is stupid. I shouldn't have to do that. I should just be able to do that with the mask. But anyhow, let's just be glad that it does work at some point. These things then. Yeah, let's not do position on those. What? Mask, path. Just give me something to work with, man. Like this then. So yeah, we're just going to make them a little bit better by not making them as wide and just, yeah, make them look a little bit better. So, looks good. Tent is done. Well, it looks kind of like a tent, if you know that it's supposed to be one. Yeah, the back line just, it looks completely terrible. It needs to be longer. I can just scale it, I guess. It's not ideal, but it'll do. Yeah, let's just scale it and then put it back into place. Redo the scale. Put it back into place. Yeah, that's better. As I said, not ideal as a solution, but hey, it's a workaround. Oh, I do have to get this sorted, because obviously now the scale is also a value that has changed 100. So it scales up a little bit between the two. And of course that had to be 19 seconds. Excellent. 19 seconds into 22. So 22 into 24 should just all be steady, which means select all, hit U, and then everything that is still alive can get keyframes. Yeah, I think that's far enough. Ah, this one. No, this one, not this one. No, this is all dead, except for this one. Yeah, the colors are still displaying. That's why I got confused. This one is also not here anymore. Probably not here anymore at this point either. And by probably I mean certainly. This one is here, and so on. Yeah. Okay, so let's select them again, and collapse everything because, well, want it to look at least a little bit pretty. So 23 to 24, everything should stay now. Yeah. Okay, just wanted to make sure I had the right time there. And then we're going to go into the next picture at 27. But before we do that, we have to select this one, which is all the little herring parts. I don't know what to call them. Don't care either. And we're going to just make this layer disappear again. So split layer, everything behind it is going to die. And that means that up until this point it exists, and then once the transformation starts, it disappears, just to get rid of that big layer, because, well, we don't need it, and yeah, we don't need it. We might as well get rid of it. And the last one is going to be Paris. So this shouldn't be too difficult. We want to make the Eiffel Tower, and maybe the thing in front of it, a little bit of the bushes, things like that. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, starting at the bottom once again. So first of all, the background. The color of the background is going to be blue. So that should be easy enough. Yeah, it should be good enough. Anyhow, this solid then, so the first one should be one of the background elements. We can actually make that into the trees or something like that. I don't know. Not going to do fancy trees here. You know how to make them. So yeah, once again, just maneuver, or yeah, place these outside of your drawing. Makes it look a little bit better. Just maneuver them around a little bit until you have what you want. And of course this one as well. And then I'm going to change the other one, or the other side, to this, and then drag those out a little bit as well. Not too high, I don't want the trees to encroach on my building. Trees are a little bit higher in the foreground, of course, so I should actually dip down with the tree line. And this one is going to have to go up. Yeah, that's fine. So I still need to draw like the road and such. Oh, I might as well just, yeah, don't actually have to do all this fancy thing. I can just do it like this. Should be fine. Yeah, because I still need to draw everything over it anyway, so might as well just do it easily. Let's make this a little more interesting. Little more curve in it, a little bit more entertainment. I don't know. You can make it what you want out of it. Oh. Accidentally right-click there, obviously. Yeah, it looks terrible, but we'll see. We'll make this into some kind of dark greenish color. Maybe even pick it up from the picture here. This is all yellow. Yeah, let's pick this. Next, this is on top of the trees, and it's going to be the little lake underneath it. No, it should actually be the street. Yeah, Yeah, that will make sense. So this one is going to be on the other side. And then this one is going to be down here somewhere. This one also going to be down here somewhere. So yeah, let's make it like this and this. And yeah. Okay, the color it is going to be like a bluish green or a greenish blue, or like somewhere in here. I don't know. Just a little bit of a different color for once. Okay. Oh no, hang on. This was the street. Blue streets, no, not so much. So we're going to make that into light gray. And then the next one, where are you? Oh, you're dead. This one is going to be the Eiffel Tower in a moment. This one is going to be the pond. So let's see. Oh wow, we have so many things to work with here. I think I'm just going to keep it at a very simple thing though. Like just a square. But I can, of course, also do it like this and make the middle part as well. And the middle part will turn out to be gray, which is fine, because it just means it's made out of concrete, which is perfectly valid. Yeah, okay, let's do this. And let's make this a little less curvy. Actually, not curvy at all would be the best, but yeah, lazy. And let's change it to the greenish color that I wanted. So yeah, not that color. Some kind of greenish color. Cool. So this one will now be gray. This little thing in the middle. The sides will be gray and the middle will be bluish. And then we have this, and this is going to be our Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower is pretty easy to make. Well, not in real life. But as an animation, yeah, it's like super easy. Because everyone recognizes it so easily that you don't actually have to do anything for it. So yeah, we're just going to use that fact to our advantage here by making the Eiffel Tower into something really easy to recognize and really easy to build. Yeah, I do want to make this. How many points do I still have left? 2. It's not a lot. I can make it 3. Let's make it 3. So this one is supposed to go over there. This one's the middle here. So I'm just shifting the points a little bit so that I have a little more to work with in the middle. This one. Where are you? There he is. So yeah, I'm trying to make this bottom part out of 1 point, which is kinda not the way you normally want to do this, because it looks so much better with 2. I have 1 point here as well. Okay. I might actually still need that though. To at least get the curvature right. So that means that I have this one on this side. Yeah, this one just has to transform into another point. One with handles, so that I can actually cover both sides. Cool. Like that indeed. Okay, and yeah, this one also is going to cover the entire bottom side. And here comes the tricky part. I don't even know if this is going to work, but yeah, just stop being this. What are you doing, point? There you go. Just reset the points, makes it a lot easier. And we're going to switch this a little bit. Now let's see if we can do this with the very limited resources we have. Why did this one switch? I probably had it selected with something else. So I'm going to try to make a loop here that covers this middle part. And then hopefully that will make the gap in the layer that I wanted to make. So yeah, this part is not really the issue. I don't know if this works with just the one point. I think I need another one. I think I need to use this one as well. Otherwise, okay, this is a little bit too much. This is not enough. Hmm. So, yeah, I'm pushing this one a little bit too hard, I think. So that one is better now. It's virtually impossible to do with this little resources. I can grab one more point. I can put this one on the top, this one on the side, and this one over here. That might actually be enough. And yeah, now I need to clean up the side here. Okay, let's see. Need to make sure not to make another hole in it, because we wouldn't want that. Then it would tumble. So currently this is the hole, but we have a gap over here, which is not really the way we want that. Yeah, now I don't know anymore what's a hole and what's not, so let's turn off the picture and see where it is. Yeah. See, here's a little bit of a problem. I don't think this is actually going to work. I think it's just a little bit too much. Well, it's close. Yeah, it's not really recognizable. Let's do it differently. It's a shame. It would have been nice. Let's just take all of these and make the bottom part out of it. So, oh no, let's make the entire tower out of it, but not the middle part. That would be the best thing to do, I think. Nope. accidentally turned off the picture again. So let's make 1, 2, and this one should be in the top then, right there. The next one, which is this one, yeah, I kind of messed up my points here in an attempt to do something that I kind of already knew wasn't going to work. But hey, you have to try sometimes, and inspiration strikes. You have to take advantage of that. So this one then is going to be the side point. So this one is going to be over here somewhere. This one, oh, I didn't grab the point, I grabbed the handle. It's going to be over here. This one is going to be on the side. And that leaves me with exactly enough points to make this in the way it should have been made in the first place. So this one is supposed to be a normal point. The rest can all stay the way they are. Let's make this into a nice little curve. The top point still needs some work. Yeah. Kind of lost the handle there. Up a little bit to get some more width out of that, and then this should be nice as well. Let's put them at about equal height. Yep, they're both about equal. I can use this to make a little more curve in that. Same on the other side, make a little more curve in the structure. Oh, yeah, I picked up the line once again. Oh, this one is not really nice. What's this one doing? I think I selected both of them, yeah. Normally when something happens, like you can't explain it, it's because you clicked on the wrong thing. You will get used to that eventually, but it's kind of hard to work with sometimes. Yep, this is about the Eiffel Tower then. Let's make this a little bit wider, like on the other side. And now one of the next layers is going to be this middle part. So, hello, middle part. Now, I already used this one. This is going to be the middle part. This one also has the issue, it seems, of having a reduced layer size. And this one, of course, is going to be the same color as the sky. Let's turn this off, grab the color of the sky. Cool. Yeah, it looks kind of like the Eiffel Tower. It's not great, but yeah. Can't really expect too much with only like 5 different layers. Turn it back on. Yeah, so that's good enough. Then this layer, I really just want this to be gone, because I'm having trouble with it, and I just want it out of here. But okay, for now we'll just try to use it into something that's, I don't know, might be useful. Okay, let's change the color to white. Change it into cloud. 4-point cloud, yeah, that's not going to be very detailed, but hey. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Oh, it's 5. Oh, it's 6. Okay, so it may be a little more detailed than I thought initially. Let's turn all of these to actually have nice curves. There you go. Let's see. Yeah, it's only one cloud, which is kind of sad. Maybe I shouldn't throw away this layer then. I don't know. Did I do it at the wrong spot? I think I did it at the wrong spot. Yeah, I created Paris right after this animation, which should have been at 27, but I made it at 24. Excellent. Making so many mistakes, but hopefully you can learn from that. We're going to grab all of these from the layers that are live and move them over to 27. Then we're going to stand on 24. And we're going to select these and then Control Copy Paste. So CV. Control C, Control V. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, don't control click them. So, oh, this might be an issue. There are two things here, so I don't know which layer this is. There are 2 points here. So this one is got to go. Okay, that at least sounds better. Yeah, this is they're in the wrong spot as well, because they need to be there. It's a layer I've been having a lot of trouble with. Thought I might have solved it, but nope. So now the tent will stay here. Oh, the background. Background, where are you? All the way in the bottom. There you go. So this one has to go to 27. Doesn't seem there's anything at 22, so apparently I didn't make a background color for this one. Let's make a nice, I don't know, green. Dark green. Ah. Oh, I forgot to do this. So let's do that, and then copy the keyframe and paste it in so that it stays that way. Yeah, it actually looks okay. Paris is not great. Oh, the Eiffel Tower needs to be recolored. Kind of forgot about that. What are we on when we want to have this layer? Come on. That's not the one. Give me this. The light, this one. The light yellow one, so. Okay, That should be good enough. And yeah, let's copy paste that into the 24 one as well, because now, yeah, you can see that it crawls up again, because obviously I told it to be there. Come on. Okay, now that we've done that, let's recolor the Eiffel Tower, and we should be golden. Obviously, this was made very quickly for the amount of time that it would actually take. So, yeah, you can make something much, much prettier out of this. This is the Eiffel Tower, I'm assuming. Hello, who are you? It's nobody. He's already dead. Just hasn't caught on yet. Yeah, I don't know how you can hide layers, or if you can hide layers. So from this panel, that is. But I don't know how to do it. So. Which one is the Eiffel Tower? It's this one, right? Yeah. So why is it green? Why does it say that it's green? Oh no, this one belongs to the Eiffel Tower thing. Okay, that means that we need to change the color into, I don't know, which color? Something like this? Or should we go more with the yellowish tone? No, I think dark gray is fine. Some kind of gray is fine. Okay. So the entire thing then, let's say first, the entire thing then, it looks like this now. It's going to take a while, but you'll get the point. So yeah, the little bit of a gap that is in the cup is still there. So animation after animation after animation. Yeah, as you might have noticed, it takes a long time to get there, but once you get there, it actually looks really cool. And you can definitely make this with whatever you want. It's just that you have to be willing to invest the time in it. And it seems that this one is blue. So that's not good, because it was supposed to be black. So it's the middle part of the Eiffel Tower. That's this one, I'm assuming. Yeah. So let's go back to the tent and actually make it black. Black. And then here as well, let's make it black. Oh, no, not the one I wanted to change. This is the one I wanted to change, but not to that color, to black. So yeah, now it should be black into, oh, hang on. Did the previous one not catch on as well? It was black here. Okay, that's fine. It disappears a little bit because I changed left and right on the mask. So yeah. Cute, right? So yeah, let's see what we can do with the little error that was still in the cup. At least it's not an error, it's just, it's not very pretty. Here, this part, I mean, this, it's just a mess. And then, yeah, the little error that I tried to correct here with the white, that is also still there. So let's see, which one are you? This is the one. So yeah, this is going to be quite a bit of work, but we're going to have to untangle the entire thing, which means that, yeah, we're going to have to pick up most of these things, make sure they don't cross each other. That's the entire plan here. There's not a whole lot else to it. As long as they don't cross, they won't look as weird. It will still look pretty weird though. I mean, it's not going to solve anything really. Could do it one other way, and that is to immediately at the first frame make all of these things just disappear. Let's try that. No, that would be terrible. Yeah, this point is the problem. This point is the problem that's causing all of this. So even though that point is going to be over there at the end, doesn't mean it has to travel all the way immediately. We can just let it just go through the entire thing. Yeah, I don't know. No, let's just untangle it for now. So yeah, it's this point that actually causes all of this. It causes the problems because it's traveling through the mask. So if we can make it past the mask on the front end, this is the point. So if we can make it just travel like this, and then this point as well. Like it's still going to end up at the right spot because we didn't change that, but yeah, let's draw this one, bottom, 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 something like this, I don't know. Do something stupid, or yeah, pretty much. Nope. Yeah, this one could go over here somewhere. I don't know. I think it will just look terrible no matter how I make it. Yeah, that wasn't good either. I think this is still good to draw it down a little bit. Make sure that it doesn't create too much chaos, but then, yeah, later on, it doesn't even matter anymore. I could, however, make this point. That's not the one. Is this the one? So this is the next point. Yeah, that's the point he's connected to. And if I make them do it like this, then at least the chaos is a little more minimized. It's still going to be chaos though. That's just the way it is for these things. You can potentially group them up in a ball and then make them disappear like we did earlier. So replace them with a simpler solution. But I think it looks cool. So once you're done, you just go to, oh, hang on, you save first. You always save first. Composition, make movie, and then you just type in what you want to do here. So I'm going to put it in 08 apparently, and I'm going to call it holiday in Paris. And you just hit the render button. There you go. So once it's rendered, you can of course play it on your computer. So this was a very, very, very long tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and I hope you learned how to make these kind of tutorials. This is definitely for at least advanced people and people who are really serious about this. And yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I just hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment if you actually watched all the way through it. And yeah, it would make me really happy. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Okay, one more thing I forgot to tell you before you make this composition. Yeah, you want to go to your composition, obviously, and then the composition settings, set the time to where you ended up. So in my case, that was, I forgot. So let's say 27, let's say 30 seconds would be my cutoff. And yeah, everything after that, by the way, I do need to pull this out a little bit. So it's the 30-second animation then. And after 30 seconds will be cut off, which is exactly the way you would want that. So just go to composition settings, so composition settings, and then set this to 30 seconds and 0 frames. Then you render it out, so you hit the composition render, make movie, and you just hit the render button. And everything should be okay. Thanks for watching.